Yeah, it's lit. We live. You got bad connection on your side, up.
It is what it is, man. Just let it go. It's
See,
gonna keep fucking up anyway.
got it.
I'm gonna try something else next week. We'll get that other app. Yeah. Alright, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to our power, Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and Shalom to the elect. Ephesians 5, like 13. You know? Hey, could we come in another week in the spirit of power, alright? Or even we call it Jesus Christ, man. His real name is Yahawah, and his son's name is Yahawashi. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna get this picture. Alright? Because this is who everybody's dreaming about nowadays, man. You know, the brother GMS Vegas sit downs, he threw up a lesson about this woman who had a dream, and she's basically saying how Yahawashi, when he came, she's seeing him, he didn't look like how everybody thought he would look, man. You know, he was an angry looking man. He had a little short fro. You know, so this we not telling you to worship this picture, but we just giving you a depiction according to the scriptures. As you see, we have Revelations 1 and 13 through 15 of how the Lord looks, man. You know, and this, hey, you get also Jeremiah 28 and 8, you know, because this is stuff we've been preaching about. You know, this is the stuff we've been preaching about, even going back to our apostles and their apostles, man. You know, you start off with Ephesians 5.
All right, let's start. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 13. It says, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest.
Right, man. And the light, what's that light, man? The understanding, man. All right, and the light is hitting the world now, man. All right, we get Matthew 5 out. Matthew 5, and we got the light of the world. You know, because hey, man, more things you see people having dreams about. You know, you should think about the men of the Lord. Oh, man, the man was talking about that. You know, the man was talking about that way back when, man. You know, because at the end of the day, hey, through BaHaSham, Yahawashi, we're going to get the credit, man. Well, Yahawashi is going to get the credit through us, man. You know, because we represent him. All right, that's why we started pushing, you know, giving all praise to BaHaSham, Yahawashi, which is the God of truth. He's the God of knowledge, man. You know?
Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Right, we are the light of the world, man. Yahawashi was speaking, all right, as he always did, to certain group of men, all right, because they had the truth, man. The mark of the beast is speaking, showing you that we are the light of the world, man. You know? Whereas at the time it was a mystery, now it's made plain through the prophets, man. All right, keep going on.
It says, verse 16, Slakia, verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick.
Yeah, man, it proves that we got to go out there on the highways and hedges, man, and place the concourse. Like Yahawashi said, he said, that which I teach you secretly, declare you openly, declare you on the housetops, man. So we in the chief place of concourse, which in the ancient world would have been like a flea market where everybody goes to shop. All right, that's why you see the Agora, man, the marketplace. You know, that's why you see brothers in the downtown area. You know what I'm saying? You know, we in front of this the shopping area. You know, so that's where we're supposed to be at, man. That's us being the Most High, Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi, sending us out on top of the mountain, so to speak, man. You know,
it says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Right, man. This is why the apostles coined this. This is the year of the mark of the beast, the year of the Quran. This is also why through the spirit the apostles pushing us to prophesy, man, because prophecies are speaking. All right, and you're gonna know, all right, hey, that this is the spirit of Yahawashi, man. As I said, Revelation 19 and 10. You grab that up. Actually, hold what you got. You can grab that up. Revelation 19.
Revelation 19.
Yeah, 19:10.
This is Revelations chapter 19, verse 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thou fellow servant, and thou brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahawah, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy.
Right, so the man said, oh, I come in the name, which his name is Yahawashi. But let's say, all right, you say you come in the name of Jesus, okay? All right, but what spirit are you coming in? Are you coming in the name of love, or are you coming in the name of prophecy? The scriptures say the testimony of Yahawashi, all right, is the spirit of prophecy. All right, and the word prophesy means what? To say before. All right, now you can get Jeremiah 28 and 8.
All right. Jeremiah 28 verse 8 says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahawah hath truly sent him.
Right, and that's another way you can prove that, hey, we the men, man, because everything we say, we back it up with scriptures, what Isaiah said, or what Jeremiah said, man. Prophets in the churches, the so-called prophets, they just bring out one precept and keep speaking, man. So, hey, and the scripture as the brothers has read, man, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then it shall be known that a prophet will have truly sent him, man. Like brothers been going in through the past week about Noah, man. And when that flood came, before it came, everybody was scoffing, they was laughing. All right, but then it got serious, man. Then they was looking for the truth. All right, then they was looking for answers. They was looking for salvation, man. When the scriptures say place of repentance was given out to you, you slapped the hand, man.
Yeah, we're truly in a time of prophecy. So if you got men out there that's teaching about the Lord, but they're not into prophecy, then they more than likely they're false prophets, man. Because he just read the scripture. Hey, Yahawashi is prophecy. And Elder Apostle Tahar, he put it out there, getting into the prophecies. Because truly we're living out the prophecy of Daniel's the 2nd chapter, man. We're right now with the clay and the iron mix, man. Okay? Esau's ruling the world, but we at the end of his rulership, man. So that's clearly prophecy, man. That was written thousands of years ago, man. Brother brought out Noah, the incident with the flood. He was prophesizing and they didn't believe him. Hey, the mark of the beast, hey, he got the sign. The mark of the beast, the chip. This is truly prophecy, man. And if you make light of this prophecy, then you doomed, man. And especially if you set up as a teacher or a head to teach Israel. You got to teach the people correctly. You got to teach them in the way of Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi. The scriptures say, building them up for the day of the battle. What is the day of the battle? The hours of temptation, man. The day of the battle is the hour of temptation, because when the Lord bring a famine on this earth, when he bring a famine on food and water, you gotta have this knowledge. You gotta have this wisdom. You gotta have this understanding and know, no matter what I'm going through, I'm not taking the truth. But in all reality, you gotta be built up in the spirit, because it's gonna be the Most High that's gonna give you that spirit, to where you're not gonna be tempted to take the truth.
Bro, that's the spirit, man, because as this week is heavy on talking about the RFID chip, I went in the store and this girl, I was overhearing this lady, she was having a conversation with the clerk or whatever. And she was saying, I'm a swiper. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with cash. So that's the spirit, man. So that's why it's very important, through the spirit, I had said before, brothers should really start carrying cash, man. Yeah. Because this is going to be the norm, man. People are deal with a cash app, swiping. Nobody really carries card anymore.
Well, what it is, brothers, you gotta use wisdom. Hey, because everything is mainly damn near digital. If you go to work, you probably would like to get direct deposit than getting a check. That's old school. Having to try to find a check cashing place that don't take too much out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. After they already taken out of your check. But what it is, you don't put your spirit into digital currency, man. You don't put your all into that. That's why it's no way in hell you should be pushing digital currency, man. Or trying to get people to get up on it. People gonna be up on it regardless, because we're in the pit, we're in that system. The image of the beast right now, man.
I got to put that. Since you mentioned the Lord's gonna put the spirit on you not to take that chip. This is Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Hey, it's the key word, to try them. You know, read BaHaSham one time.
On it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Hey, the word tempt, you know, temptation. If you Google search, it just means what? The desire to do something wrong or unwise. What is wrong? Taking a trip, man. What is unwise? Taking the mark of the beast. All right, so the Lord is going to put that spirit, which is the mark of the Wah, okay? The mark of the Wah, which goes into exemption, man. Being exempt from being tempted of taking the mark of the beast. You know, just to eat, just to survive. There's going to be ways like it was in the past, you know, like the Lord did with, what was it, with the raven, Elijah. He did with Elijah. He fed Elijah through a famine. That's why we have these accounts, and that's why it takes the patience and the being built up to know, to have the knowledge and wisdom from the accounts that was set before us. Having that in you brings out your faith, brings out the, you know, the faith, and then you contributing to the work standing stiffly for the name of the Lord that also exercises your faith. When someone is always at the gym and they're lifting weight, you know, say if they lifting weights or doing calisthenics and things like that, they're building themselves to get stronger. And that's our faith in a similar way. You know, you have to act upon your faith in order to build faith through Yahawah.
This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
There you go. What was written before time was written for our learning, man. So that's why we have to go back and get into the history. This is why your enemies, the elites, starting with the elites, the House of Esau, the Rawchaas, and all them international bankers, this is why they're taking out slavery, which is your history for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. They taking that out of the history books. It's not about just the Negroes being enslaved and lynched and hung and all that stuff. They taking out the Native Americans slaughtering. They're not teaching you about how Latinos were slaughtered. You know, they're telling you that Christopher Columbus found America, man. But yeah, man, he almost committed genocide upon all the Taino Indians, man.
Yep. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
We might have hope. So you gotta have hope, you gotta believe, and you gotta have a gift of faith. In order to have that, it has to be given to you by Yahawah. But Yahawah requires us to exercise in that faith once you have it. So you can't be lacking on not only on shows, you can't be not in the spirit, you forgetting to do a lesson for the Lord. No, hey, you supposed to be on fire as the apostles push us, man. You know? You can't get mad when the apostles say you gotta do 3 videos a week. Hey, the apostles is looking out for your well-being with the Lord, man. So that you can have something to compromise with the Lord with. Hey, Lord, remember my works. Remember I was, you know, on fire in this thing. May the Lord have mercy when in the time of need, in the hours of temptation, man. The Lord is a righteous power. We have no problem taking care of his elect, man. But we have a job, and we got to live up to a certain standard with Yahawah as much as we can. You got it, huh? You got it.
Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 27, verse 9. The birds will resort unto their light, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. You know, like the brother said, man, you gotta practice. You know, like they say, practice make perfect. You know what I'm saying? Get into the lessons. That's a very important thing. So I'm gonna read it once more. It says, Sirach 27, verse 9. Actually, I'm gonna start at 8. If thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her, and put her on as a glorious long robe. The birds will resort unto their light, so will truth return.
Hey, that right there, that's the saying they use in the world. What they say, birds of a feather flock together. That's scripture right there, man.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You know, if you wicked, you're going to like to do wicked things. If you righteous, you're gonna like to do righteous things. So who would you party with? Righteous will party with the righteous. The wicked will party with the wicked. That's why the scriptures say, "He that is holy, let him stay holy. He that is filthy, let him stay filthy." Because at the end of the day, the Lord is a judge.
Yeah, and the scriptures say, be not unequally yoked with evildoers, man. You know, because right now it's more important for us to humble ourselves, be more diligent, patient in the scriptures. While right now we see, you know, you probably got friends in the world or whatever, or niggas that you know in the world, they going on more vacations. You know what I'm saying? They getting more into worldly shit, man. They waxing worse. You know?
That's the thing that I don't cut you off, man. But that brother got the spirit because they're waxing worse. There's people that I know personally that when we were younger, they held values, morals, and principles. 2019, this same person he has no values, morals, nor principles anymore. Now he's doing what the world is doing, and I'm like, you too old for that, you know? And that's the waxing worse. The more you stay in this world, the more you live by society and Esau's ways, do as thou will, the more you're going to wax worse, and you want the judgment of the Lord coming upon you.
I got the precept. Second Timothy 3:13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Yeah, I mean, that even goes into a lot of these false prophets that's telling the people that it's all about keeping the law, keep the law. You're really giving somebody an impossible task because you're not going to be saved by the standards of the law. Right. So any real prophet is going to go into things like the mark of the beast, the calamities to come. But, you know, none of these false prophets are warning about that. They're doing shows on, like, how the family can come together better and stuff like that. You got to focus on prophecy.
Yeah. A quick testimony. I bumped into IUIC the other day. And I stood across him for a little while. You know, I couldn't resist. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking. And first thing they say is, hey, where your fringes at? You know, and meanwhile, I'm power walking. You know what I mean? I'm literally working out, and brothers expect me to have my fringes on. I'm like, brother, you know, your fringes ain't gonna deliver you, man. And what does that have to do with prophecy, man? You know, it's just carnal, man. It's all a show. It's a joke, man.
Yeah, that's why you guys. This word is for the elect, man. It's for serious-minded individuals. Well, serious-minded Israelites, because there is women that's gonna come into the truth too. But it starts with the men. You know, all that, like the brother said, man, the laws are important. The laws are set there to govern our flesh. But you're not going to be saved off the law. We already broke the law when we didn't even know it was the Lord. When we were born in this God-forsaken world. You know? So now, yeah, we rehearse the law to the best of our ability, but we're going to be saved by our faith, man. You know?
That's why it's so important to have the solid foundation of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawah, the proper names, and the faith that's what's going to deliver you. Right. You know, because trying to keep all the laws, that's good, because we're supposed to be the person right to act. It's not going to deliver you.
Right. I got a quick precept, brothers. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse. Oh, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and ended in effects and signs.
Yeah, man, going into that dream that the brother GMS Vegas sit down, he re-uploaded on his page, man. Because even in the book of Joel, it says that that young man and that woman shall dream dreams, man. You know, and it's been various dreams, and not just any regular dreams. It's been vivid dreams about the day of the Lord, man. So now everybody's saying what we're saying is coming to pass, man. They seeing that the day of the Lord is not happiness, man. They seeing that a lot of these people they break down their dream that they had. They start crying, man. They can't even really break it down, man. That's how vivid and how scary the day of the Lord is, man. All right, so going on with the brother has said, man. These times are plain now. They're making themselves plain, man.
It says, and so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works.
Yeah, man. It was a time where everybody thought that these were UFOs, man. Now they thinking twice, man. It was a time when everybody didn't really care or think about the RFID chip. Now they thinking twice when a person breaks it down wrong, man. Now they questioning them, man. You know, the brother, I'm not sure what camp he was in, but he did a video about nobody believes the Bach, man, on that chip. You
Yeah.
know, everybody's questioning them, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's because now the times have plain beginnings and ends. And I remember you had did the video about they're selling
You could buy an NFC implant kit on eBay, man.
and on the thumbnail they actually showed on the video on that thumbnail they actually showed this.
Yep.
You know, so I was like, that's spiritual. They showed this. The skeleton was you know, had the chip in it, man. Excellent. You know, then you have famous artists like Kid Buu taking the chip out, showing you how bad it is, man. These times are playing, man. You know? So if you still can't see it well, that's because the Most High have blinded you so you get this work.
Hey, and for the record, if you take the RFID microchip, if you put it in your hand and take it out, do you still have the mark of the beast? That was the question that people like Zabak will put out there, and the answer is yes. Okay? Because what? You received it. All right? And in Revelation 14:9 says if you receive the mark, meaning you accept it, you bow down to it, all right? There's no repenting from that. Right. You could do what you want. You could cut your arm off, man. You know?
Yeah, because you got simple people like the scoffers. They got to study the scoff. And guys like Zabak, he know the scriptures already. He knows he got pride, but what he does, if he says something and question the chip about that, that's just reaching. The Lord said, let your yea be yea and nay be nay. The scriptures say, if ye receive the mark, just like what you said. It didn't say anything about, but if you get rid of it, though, if you take it out. No, if you receive it.
You done.
Yep. The kid Boogie.
He's finished.
Wicked ass rap.
No, I'm just saying that that's always a wicked man always try to justify shit.
Right.
In scripture, I can't think exactly what.
Right.
Yeah, I finish it. Verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby he hath believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So, you know, hey, you're going to be saved by what? Your faith and also the works. Because Paul even said faith without works is dead. You can't have faith unless you have works. You know, unless you putting forth and showing forth your faith. You know, the Most High is not about you being ashamed of him and his glorious kingdom that's coming. See, in today's society, Esau teaches you, you know, and put these trends out there, and these black folks and Latinos and, you know, the Hispanics, they believe that because if they see it on TV, that's the way you're supposed to be. You know, that's why in 2019, the so-called black leaders today are rappers. You got Mason stepping up, talking about political things. You got Killer Mike stepping up, talking about political things. You got T.I. stepping up. These were entertainers. They're rappers. Because there is no more activists. There is no more men that actually, like it was back in the 70s, like Malcolm X and things like that. You know, getting into the law books and doing this and doing that. Now it's rappers that's basically pawns put in those positions to just simmer down the black folks, man. That's all it is, man. Just like the what they call that what was the 3 women created Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was set up by Esau, man. Well, by 3 women, but Esau's behind that. That's to just simmer down the anger, man. In that time when Obama was president and every nigga was getting his head taken off by a cop every week, man. He was president. They had that Black Lives Matter movement where they would come out and they'd just simmer the people down. We are witnesses. Being downtown North, we was downtown North before they even set up, and we saw how they was practicing just to march. I saw it recently, just a couple of days ago too, being downtown, just driving by, and I saw them out there signs on 1, 2, 3, go. And they was practicing. And then and why I'm saying they practicing is because when you see them on the TV and they're excited, somebody come up and they go, oh, they gotta stop doing this, they gotta stop. They was practicing the outbursts. You know, paid actors.
Right.
They was actually, I mean, when you looking on TV and when you seeing on your news and you seeing this person outburst, you thinking that's out of a genuine spirit. Somebody that really cares, passionate. It's acting. We saw it. I saw we saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it. We saw it. We was witnesses right there.
And for the record, George Soros, an Edomite, he was the money bag behind Black Lives Matter. He funded it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he even said that he'll pay for them to pay for their bail, man. You know, many of them got locked up. And what, that they can have that confidence, man, to be a fucking nigga, man.
But it just shows you that this is what Esau wants. He needs the people in chaos so he can take control. You know, auto app KO. Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, the people react, and then they come with a solution. Meanwhile, he's the main one that started the problem.
Yeah.
How he gonna come with a solution?
Right.
You know?
It's the devil.
It's Esau.
He's the devil, man.
That proves, man, that and my brother's going into it too. That dude, there's nothing's new under the sun, and that proves that dude Martin Luther King was set up, man. But that's the same thing, man, with the Black Lives Matter, man.
Yeah.
Jake get shot down, Jake get choked out in the streets, and then Esau, so-called white man, he builds up somebody, you know, he builds up a voice for you, man. But the scriptures say, "Who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask our thou doest, man?"
Right.
You know, that's why the prophets are important, man. We the only ones that's really, you know what I'm saying, the voice for our people, man. You know?
It talks about the gates languishing, so we ain't got no leaders. The leaders that we see, whether it's Jesse Jackass or fucking Creflo Dollar, like, they're not telling you you're Israel. All they do is add confusion and say that, oh, if you sow your seed, you send $1,000, you know, that's the way you're gonna be blessed. Like, where's that in the scriptures?
Right.
Jake really had a standard, man. That's why, man, that's why the prophets being back is a beautiful thing, man. Because the prophets represent the standard of the land, man. There's no standard here, man. You know, anybody, opinion rules over fact, man. Oh, okay, that's what the Bible says, but what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Or people could stand around for 2 hours talking about what they think.
Right.
You know, there's no standard in the land.
And the thing too, you make mention, I was talking about this earlier. You got YouTubers that's trying to touch on political things and we need this. All they're doing is pointing out the obvious, pointing out the issues. And because they point out certain issues to get people's minds to think, they getting glory for that. But they're not giving you any solution behind it. They want somebody else to go out there and sacrifice themselves, you know? And they just keep getting views after views, and they put the title clickbait. And it's like you're not doing nothing but just talking about it. And then you getting the glory for bringing up these different pointers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not like you have people like shitting on Trump or something, but then they think that the answer is Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders, like, that's just another devil. Like, you're not giving the people no answers.
Yeah. Hey, that's
them two horns on the land.
That's right. That's spirit. I was about to say the same thing.
That's
Yep.
the spirit.
Hey, that's why you need to get into prophecy. That's going into the lamb with
Actually, we can grab it.
grab it. Yep.
Because if you leave it up to regular Jake, we're going to be in the same fucking cycle over and over. And 4 years, 8 years from now, that's the hope. And our hope is in Yahawashi.
Come on. Quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. It says, "For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed." You know? And our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. You know? Like the brother mentioned in scripture, Judah mourneth and the gates thereof languish. The gates are the leaders, man. You know?
And these ain't even real leaders, man. Apostle Gabar went into that. That these modern day rappers, athletes, you know, entertainers, you know, Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams, you know, they're comedians, but then they'll try and, you know, put their 2 cents in about society. Man, really, you're just fucking court jesters, man.
Right.
You know? And back in the days, a court jester was just hired just to entertain the king, man. You know? So that's what you guys are now. But now here it is, you know, to try and give you a voice. Look, a court jester wasn't no honorable job.
Right.
You know? Entertaining the goddamn king, man. You would rather be a prophet, man. All right? Even a wine bearer, man. Like who was it, Jeremiah? He was a cupbearer, man, for the king of Babylon, man.
And Nehemiah. He was there was a couple there for one of the kings of the Persian Empire. I can't remember his name.
But that's better than to be a court jester, man. Because the court jester was a clown. So all you entertainers and stuff, y'all ain't shit, man. Because Esau gave y'all a little bit of riches. Well, scripture saying riches profit out the day of wrath, man. You know what you gonna do with those riches when all hell break loose? All right, you gonna have to take that chip and destroy it right along with your average bum.
It's spirit. The brother has said that, man, because the kings of old, they actually honored the prophets, man. Like going into the Daniels. Daniel was the only one to break down. He was the only one to break down Nebuchadnezzar's dream, man.
Right.
You know, and Joseph. You know, Joseph was honored amongst you know, the soothsayers in ancient Egypt, man. Why? Because he was the one to break down Pharaoh's dream, man. You know, so really Esau honors us, man. You know what I'm saying? We're breaking down dreams he might have. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau knew he's going down. Brothers been saying Esau know he's going down, man. You know, that's why he got to send the vocabs and the you know, James Whites out, because he know he's going down. You know, you don't take something serious. You know what I'm saying? If you know it's a lie, man.
You even got a fellow Edomite saying that Esau's going down, and that this society, they don't believe in it no more. People that voted in Trump, you know, so it's like, it just shows that Jake is the only ones really void of knowledge, because they're the only ones even still rooting for Esau in Esau's dying society, which is called Stockholm Syndrome, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you got all the billionaires packed up and moved out of America in 2016, man. You know, they moved to New Zealand and places over there. Why? Because they know all hell's gonna break loose here, man. And it was that one show, I forgot what it was called. Pretty much at the very beginning, everybody was it was all chaos, and the lady was running to a dead airplane. She was on the phone to her husband. The husband like, yo, you better not leave me, man. You know? But guess what? She ended up flying over. He was like, yo, you bitch. You know?
That was Black Summer, right?
Nah, not Black Summer. But yeah,
similar,
man, so
though. Yeah.
even these billionaires, you might not, and then guess what? You can have your crew turn against you to save their families. I know there's not enough for all of us on this jet. Yeah, my family got to come too. So look, billionaires is they don't want to be here, man. They don't have to go through that.
Yeah, a lot of billionaires, or say millionaires, they're leaving out of America. I got a quick reset. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes had yet fell for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
You know, looking, like brother said, man, looking for a political figure as opposed to a man of the Lord, man. You know, that's what our people do, man. You know, because they have no judgment. The scriptures say there's no soundness in them. The scriptures say there's no soundness in them, man. You know, so they'll look for a political figure because they feel like he has some type of voice, man. You know, but the scriptures say wisdom fired without, man. You know, if you want to look for wisdom, when you want to look for the answers, we the one that have them, man. You know, we have the, you know, the reasoning for the issue, all right, and then the solution to the problem, man. And it all goes back to the fear of BaHaSham, Yahawashi. Okay, you know, our people, they went off, did their own thing, they got destroyed. Judges tells you that, man. Then the Lord raised up a prophet. They got right. They, the Most High, you know, saved them out of their captivity. You know, grab that out. 2 Chronicles 7:14.
This is 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways.
Yeah, man, the Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. That's why Akim was going into, you know, reading the scriptures, man. Because what happens in the time of Esther? You know, our people, that's what's happening, really about to happen now, man. There's a wicked decree coming out from Edomite that all Israel should be put to death, all right? Therefore what? They humbled themselves, they prayed to the Lord, and the Most High had that enemy put to death, man. That's the same thing that's about to happen now, man. All right, what's that decree?
That's Jake, party and bullshit.
Wow. That's Jake.
Carrying a party with him.
Yo, my man had a speaker in a seatbelt, yo.
In the back seat.
That's big.
And the bottom one had 5 speakers on it itself. God damn.
Hey, yeah, man, but what's that wicked decree, man? Go with Pro, Rex 84, all right? You know,
No.
Project Megiddo, you know? That's that wicked decree, man. That's why I never forget that video you had put up is they were going into why they killed what's the guy that You know how the other guy was supposed to make that banging ass,
yeah.
you talking about the
Great
movie?
State?
Great State, yeah, they killed
Great
it, man.
State.
Why is that, man? You know, because it was too much edification coming out. Now you can make movies like, you know, The Road or Bushwick. That kind of tells what's going to happen. But that Great State told it all, man. You know? So that's that wicked decree that had came out. All right, Israel, going back into the book of Esther, Israel humbled itself, and the Most High delivered them, man. You know?
Yeah, it says, and seek my face, which is the Bible, and turn from their wicked ways. Then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Yeah, man. But there's no healing in Israel, man. Grab that up. No, there's no healing in Israel, man. The only person that's meant to get it, that's meant to be healed, that's meant to, you know, be forgiven of their iniquities, man. All right, that basically the Most High spiritually put the moon on their swords, man. You know, it's the elect, man. You know, you know, talking about the beginning.
Oh, Isaiah 2? Isaiah first chapter.
Yeah, one and
It's like verse 6 or something like that.
Start at the top.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. This is Isaiah chapter 1. And I start at verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupted. They have forgotten the Lord Yahawah. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone all way backward. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revoke more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no in it.
yeah, man. So from the little kid, you know, the little kid growing up, all right, to the ancient of our people, there's no sound of singing, man. There's countless videos about little kids, you know what I'm saying, little tattoos and shit, you know, cursing, making gun signs, gang signs and shit like that, man. To the elderly, man. The elderly walking around with blonde hair, man, trying to, you know what I'm saying, fit in with the younger generation instead of reproving them, man. You know, that's the situation we in, man. Like the elder Yahawah, he goes into every so often. We in the worst case scenarios. We in the worst case scenario, man. You know. But this is the end, man. The Most High is going to renew Israel, starting with the elect. All right, because like I said before, those are the only ones going to get it, man. You know, Ezekiel 13:8 tells you what 2/3 is going to get, man, and what the elect is going to get. You know, let's warn that up.
Yeah. It says Isaiah 1 and 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revoke more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. The sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it.
Yeah, man. So just like going into the law, why should you beat this kid up? You know, why should you beat this kid anymore, man? You know, you gotta put him to death. You know what that said in the law? This is like you have to tell your son. You gotta take him to the elders.
Deuteronomy 22.
While you get that, I got a quick precept. Psalms 119:9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Right? So that is pretty much, you know, that's the only way that you're gonna be cleansed. That's the true baptism. Coming back to the word.
Come.
Yeah, you grab that up.
All right, so this is Deuteronomy 21, verse 18. It says, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son,
All right?
What-
It's not Israel known as Yahawah, the sons of the Heavenly Father. You know, Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right? So going into the law, which that proves the law is not done in a way with either, man. Because the Lord is going to exact the law upon Israel, man, by putting you to death because you're rebellious.
Yep.
Keep going on.
Yeah, hard head makes a headstone, man.
it said, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay on him, and bring him out to the elders.
And through the Spirit, man, that proves too that no matter how you bring it out to Jake, they won't get it. All right, because what's a father? A father is known as, you know what I'm saying, he's going to bring it out rough. A mom is going to kind of, you know, soothe it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Bring it out softly so you can understand it. Either way, he's still not going to get it.
Right.
You know?
And bring him out to the elders of his city.
Hey, real quick, because if you say after a while, you know, of course, you got a crib. You know, after a while, you know, get a little, you know, dirty around, your clothes laying around, you got to clean up. Anything that's trash, what you do with it, you throw it out. So if the Heavenly Father is looking to clean his house and make his people to be the judges of the earth again, you know, to make us rulers of the earth, he got to throw out the trash. Jake is degenerates. They became degenerates because of their rebelliousness. So really, they're just trash. As the scriptures say, they were born in vain. You know, we just read Isaiah. There's no soundness in it. The head is sick. You know, so they just trash walking around, man. Hey, you have a meaningless, say it right? Huh? Meaningless. Yeah. If you have a worthless life, what good is living? You know, when you're walking around smoking weed all day. You're a female just being a whore, jumping from man to man. When your excitement comes every Friday and Saturday just to go out and party, you know, just to get drunk, just to pop some knowledge and do some type of drugs. What type of life is that? Your life is born in vain. It's like it's better off for you to be dead, man. You know, to be what causing trouble in the earth. The Lord is about to judge the wicked, man.
If I may add, the reason why put individuals like that to death because it could be an influence. I'm saying when one sees a badass kid and pretty much out of order, that can lead the next kid to maneuver in that same manner. And that's what we have here in America. A lot of bad advisors, a lot of people setting a bad example, you know. However, if we moved according to the way we did in the ancient world, we wouldn't have a lot of these problems that we got to deal with in America, man. You know?
So verse Deuteronomy 21:19, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious, he will not obey our voice, he is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die.
It's not going to be a stone this time. It's going to be a missile. You know, the Most High ain't going to do it. He's not talking to you, man. He's going to kill you. You know?
Hey, that's Daniel's second chapter. The stone hit the feet.
Right.
Yahawashi.
Yeah. It says, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he dies. So shalt thou put evil away from among you.
Go. Putting out that bad influence, man. Homosexuals got put in death, man. Most of our people's homosexuals, man. You know, same with a transgender. You know what I'm saying? Same with a person who commits bestiality. Our people do all of that, man. Same with like the brother had just read, same with a rebellious kid. You know? The scripture say, man that is born of a woman is a few days is full of trouble, man. You know, so our people, either way, whatever scripture you bring out, it proves that our people is full of trouble and they end is destruction, man. You know?
Finishing off, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
There you go. You know?
Oh.
We're going to hear and fear, man. That's why it's important for us to, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for us in the, you know, even in the scriptures, like the scripture I said, you know, to continue, you know, keep up the Passover and this, that, and third, so that way when our kids here, they can continue that, man. You know, and then the cycle will continue, man.
I got
you know? Yes. You got something else?
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 8. Now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahawah, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesies deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of an high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as a breaking of the potter's vessel, that it is broken in pieces.
Yeah, man, so the Most High is going to get off his chair and start whooping us, man. Basically, that's what it means when the Lord said he cometh suddenly. That's why the scriptures say the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, man. BaHaSham Yahawashi is going to come as a thief in the night, man. You know? Hey, this, going back, I keep mentioning that dream that the brother GMS Vegas sit down had did, because even the woman, she said, she was like, I never really dreamed, but that dream that she had was spiritual in itself, man. Because she said she never really dreamed, but then she dreamed about the coming of the day of the Lord, man. We're going to go back to that Ephesians 5.
Yeah, I like that video too because it showed you the state that these women are going to be in, man, in that day. She was completely terrified, man. But she should be better off than the rest of these wicked assholes out here, man. This is Ephesians chapter 5. I'm gonna start with verse 8. It says, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk is in all goodness and righteousness and truth."
And this is actually for the men that's of the fold. But as Yahawashi told even Peter, when our strength and convert thy brethren, man. So that's what we come out here to do, to convert the elect. You know what I'm saying? That's the Most High gave them their ear to hear. Okay, keep going on.
It says, "Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them."
Yeah, man. So you're not supposed to be hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be hand in hand with these unity camps, man. They're going off against the scriptures, man. Right. They're going off against Yahawashi, all right? And you're supposed to be about truth, okay? It's not about, just let a man do his own thing, all right? This is not about us. It's about Yahawashi, man. And about how this word is supposed to go out properly, man. That's why you get Numbers 14 and 23. That's why certain men of the Lord, they were so precious to BaHaSham Yahawashi, because they held the word in the highest thing, man.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 23. "Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and have followed me fully."
Yeah, man. So the servant Caleb, he followed BaHaSham Yahawashi fully, man. It might have been things he didn't feel like doing, all right? But even just like who was it, Abraham? The Most High told him to slay his only son, and he did it, man. That's him following the Lord fully, man. Hey, tonight's the Sabbath, man. You know what I'm saying? This might be the only day brothers get off, but you gonna serve BaHaSham Yahawashi. You gonna get into the scriptures. You might do a lesson, watch videos, because that's you following BaHaSham Yahawashi fully, man. And these are the men that's going to receive the kingdom, man.
"Him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwell."
That was it. Yeah, man, but it just proves, man, him will the Most High bring to the land, man. All right, so you have to be of another spirit as far as actually caring about the word, man. Some people hoard the word and then they mix it with their own doctrine, all right, which is not really truth at all, all right, and they're going to be destroyed for that. But then you have some that actually heard and believed and moved with fear and kept it moving. You got something?
Yeah, real quick. Matthew 24:46. "Blessed is that servant whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods."
Right, man. So he said, "Blessed is that servant whom he shall find so doing," man. So, because he gave that servant instructions, all right, on how he wanted his vineyard or his house to be ran. And when he come and find so doing, he's going to give him a bigger job, man. All right, or, you kept my garden, you looked over the kids. All right, you know, now, you know what I'm saying, watch the house while I go away for a weekend or something like that, you know?
Yeah, garden is a perfect example because if you don't till to a garden, that shit gonna crumble over. The animals of the field will take it, you know, and they eat the fruit there is, man. So with a garden, you know, you make sure that you groom it, you know, you make sure you keep it up, you know, you take off the right fruit, put it away so it can continue, you water it, so it can continue to keep prospering. So when the Lord come back, we see that his men as see his men doing the will, carrying the gospel, pushing the truth. Hey, they're gonna see the kingdom, man.
Right.
Because they're taking care of their whole full elect throughout the 4 points.
Yeah, man, the light really has a vision, man, because even when you look at like those old karate flicks, you know what I'm saying, a pupil, he might come to a man, I want to learn. All right, but you know, the master, he don't give him you know what I'm saying, he don't teach him everything first. He give him a seemingly small job, man. You know, but if he take that with joy, all right, like what, Karate Kid or whatever.
Paint the fence.
Yeah, paint the fence, wash on, wash off. You know what I'm saying? He didn't actually understand, okay, why, how important this was. But then when he went to go fight, you know what I'm saying, he actually, you know what I'm saying, he started to realize the importance of that seemingly small job, man. You know?
What it is discipline. You know what I'm saying, you doing those small jobs as if it doesn't have any meaning. What Mr. Miyagi was attempting to do was instill discipline within them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need in order to be successful at anything. You got to be able to, you know, control your own spirit, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have discipline already within you, you're not going to be able to reach that potential that you want to reach, man. That's why the disciples were called disciples, you know, before they were called the apostles. Because they had to be disciplined in Yahawah in order to grow. You know?
I got a couple of examples real quick. Just like how you was talking about Caleb, right? That's you mentioned Caleb, right? Yeah. So this is Joshua 14, and I'm gonna start at this was the time when, you know, the tribes were to inherit their portions of the land. So this Caleb talking, he says, Joshua 14:7 says, 40 years old was I when the servant of the Lord sent me from Qadash Barnea to espy out the land. And I brought him word again as it was in my heart. Meaning what he told it like how he saw it, you know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my power. So he said, like the brother that went with him, like, hey, they was tripping up the other people, but he stayed wholeheartedly into the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They was going off doing whatever they was doing, but the whole thing, I didn't let what they were doing taint my way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, in this truth, you know, we're a brotherhood, but it's every man at the end of the day for himself. You can't look at another brother and look at what he's doing and say, well, he did this and not that, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to go according to what he's doing just because you see what he's doing. Now that's a follower spirit. That's the spirit of the world. You do what you got to do regardless of what you see the next man may be doing, man. You know? It says, verse 9, and Moses sware on that day, saying, surely the land whereon thy feet have trodden shall be thine inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed the Lord my power. And now behold, the Lord hath kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years. So what, he was 85 at this time, so he followed the Lord wholeheartedly from that day, from 40 years old to the day he was 85, right? Even since the Lord spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness, and now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. So basically, you know, and it further gets into, like, he was explaining, like, yo, I followed the Lord wholly to this day, so let me get my inheritance, which I was promised. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we all do for the reward at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lord, you know, you said if we follow you, I've been doing it since way back when. What you got for me, my man? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, quick precept.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mothers, or wives, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that be first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Hey, so what that show you that what? It's a great reward awaited for you at the end of the day. It's not like we working on Esau's time, right? Because when we work for Esau, right? And now what's the retirement age? What is it?
I think they bumped it up to like 70 now.
70?
They bumped it up to 70.
It's going up.
Yo, how much life do you have left when you're 70? So you mean you tell me I gotta work from the day I'm 18 to the day I'm 70, and I'm about to croak over? I may have 2 years left, and then what do I really have to enjoy? What do you really have to enjoy? So with the Lord, we doing this like, hey, the apostles, prime example. They're doing this as young men. They much older men, you know what I'm saying, seniors now. So hey, they got a great reward coming to them. It's not like an Esau pension plan to where, oh, the age was this, now we got to bump it up because it's at the third. Now you got to put in even more work. Now, when the Lord say that time is done, when America is finished, that time is done. It's not, hold on, let me go back. I want to add one more prophecy, and y'all got to go out another 20 more years. Hell no, man. You know what I'm saying? That's unrighteous what Esau do, man. But when we follow the Lord, everything is done righteously and according to the Lord's time. So we know that reward that we're supposed to get, it's not going to be no games being played with it, and whatever the Lord requires for each man, according to his measure of faith and what his lot was, he's going to give you according to that measure, man. But now with Esau, now they can play around with your 401k, they can play around with your pension, they can play around with your annuities and whatever else, and cut you from this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And me working at the post office, seeing some people saying that they were supposed to retire, now they had to work an extra 3 more years because of this was cut or that was cut. That's bullshit, man. With the word of the Lord, we have a more sure word of prophecy and a more sure assurance towards our salvation and what we're going to inherit if we stay faithful unto the Lord. This is another quick example, right? And it still goes in line with the precept the brother just brought out. This is Joshua 22:1. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh and said unto them, Ye have kept all that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice and all that I commanded you. Because remember, these was the warrior tribes, right? And now the Lord your power hath given rest unto your brethren as he has promised. Therefore now return ye and get you unto your tents and unto the land of your possession, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you on the other side of Jordan. But take diligent heed to do the commandment of the law, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, charged you, to love your power and to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and to cleave unto him and serve him with all your heart and with all your souls. And what's so significant about this is that these were the warrior tribes, and these were the first tribes to get their portion of that land of their inheritance. So they could have been like, yo, the Lord already gave us our inheritance. We'll see y'all later. Y'all got to go fight for y'all land. But nah, the Lord had them put up their women, put up their children, put up their possessions, right? Because they was the warrior tribe. So put up your possessions. You got to leave your family, your kids, whatever, and go out to war with your brethren until they get that inheritance. Then you can come back and enjoy your land. That's some real brotherhood shit. That's some real righteousness right there, man. And that shows that diligence toward the word of the Lord and not being selfish, seeking out your own, man. You know what I'm saying? We all out here to look out for ourselves first and foremost, but then the next man that's next to us, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really think about it. They've been warring, and they're the main warriors. You think about it. You got your inheritance. You be like, damn, man, I got the pool right. You got to imagine your whole landscape. Yo, I could build this right here. I had this right here, the pool right here. Damn, I got to go back out to war. Shit, the average person like, man, I'll see y'all later. Y'all got to fight for your own shit, man. But with the word of the Lord, we know what this thing is all about. It's about our nation as a people, man. You know what I'm saying? What? Going back to what the Lord punishing David. He gave him 3 different options. You know what I'm saying? What? Be chased from your enemies for what? 3 months? Or the plague to sweep throughout the land? Or I forgot the third option. So from David's transgression, the whole nation had to suffer. So why are we all suffering now? Why? Because we got to suffer as a nation. You have your own individual punishment, but all together we still in this thing as a nation. So that's what's about at the end of the day, man. But then you got these sellers, like all these celebrities, they just thinking about themselves, man.
They're not really concerned about the nation. They'll put information out there to make it seem like they're doing good for the people, but it's really out for their own good, man. You know?
Yeah.
And hey, that's what Esau don't understand, man. You know? Because he say, hey, that wasn't me. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But brother said we suffer as a nation, man. So why you think you're not going to suffer as a nation, man?
Hey, Yahawashi said, no greater love than a man have to lay down his life for his brethren, man. So with Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe, and that was righteous all the way, man. Righteous all the way, man. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can't extend your hand no more than that, man. That's the ultimate sacrifice right there, man. Period. And Yahawashi is a prime example of that, man.
Got some real quick. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. It says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. You know, and it's always, scriptures always speak about due time. When you read, even in the last, actually grab that, Isaiah 60:21. Because it's due time, man. You wake up, fuck, another day in this place. You wake up the next day, fuck, another day in this place. But the scriptures say it's due time, man. So it's a specific amount, it's a specific time that the Lord is going to give us what he promised us, man. But the fact, like the brother said, the fact remains is that the Lord is going to give it to you.
On Isaiah chapter 60, verse 21, it says, thy people shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000. It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahawah, BaHaSham al-Shai, will hasten it in his time.
In his time, man. You know, but we know it's a process. You know what I'm saying? The elect got to wake up. All right? They're going to be delivered. And then 2/3 going to come back in their reigns. All right? You know what I'm saying? In their reigns. And then that's when we all going to be good, man. You know? That's when we're going to be able to, you know, be a father over them, teaching them the right way so that they can grow up and continue in the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. Okay?
If I can add, you know, time is a leading agent. You know, the Lord didn't say a particular time he was coming back because sincerity has to be within Israel. You know, the Lord gave a specific time, a specific month, date, and year. You know, you see a lot of people out here putting on garments, calling themselves in the Bible, telling you to repent, man. You know, but since the Lord doesn't have that, Yahawashi doesn't even know when he's coming back. Because Yahawashi told us everything that the Heavenly Father told him. You know, because he do deem us friends. So when he's coming back, it's the only thing that the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, you know, kept from him. You know? Because this truth is about preaching in truth and in sincerity. You know, but for the simple fact that it may seem like the Lord is taking a long time, you see a lot of individuals out there getting weak. You know, a lot of individuals out there is getting weary. You know, they're allowing the tribulations to take over them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having faith in Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, and believing in the Lord for him to deliver them from their tribulations. You know? So you gotta have patience. You know?
I got a quick precept. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and 40. It says, then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people? And I said, behold, O Lord, yet art thou not unto them that is reserved to the end? And what shall they do that have been before me, or we that be now, or they shall come after us? And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a rain, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. Because the Lord's judgment is prophecy. Everything has to be fulfilled in its time, man. You know, it says, so I answered and said, couldest thou not make those that have been made and be now and that are for to come at once, that thou mightest show thy judgment the sooner? Because Esdras, he wanted the Lord to hurry up, man. It says, then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once that shall be created therein. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou which gavest life to all
has given life at once to the creature that thou hast created, and the creature buried. Even so it might now also bear them that now be present at once. You know, that's the point.
We grab 2nd Ezra 2 and 2 and start at 30.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 30. It says, Be joyful, O thou mother, thou children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Remember thou children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and show mercy unto them. For I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty.
Yeah, man. And that's, hey, man, going into the beautiful, all right, times that we're living in, and the fact that you should take the prophets, all right, hey, you should take the prophets as a sign of joy, man, because in the scriptures, like they came to Samuel, man, all right, and the different prophets that came, all right, to basically be that voice to BaHaSham Yahawashi against the enemy, man. You know, pray to BaHaSham Yahawashi to get us out. Anybody praying to BaHaSham Yahawashi? You know what I'm saying? They looking for, hey, Christmas coming up, tax season coming up. That's what they looking for, man. You know, but it's given to us as it's given to Ezra, as it was given to Isaiah, as it was given to Ezekiel, as it was given to Amos. All right, to fight. All right, to get out of here, man. You know.
It says, Remember thou children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and show mercy unto them. For I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty. Embrace thou children until I come, and show mercy unto them. For my wells run over.
Yeah, man. How we embracing the Lord's children? By giving them this word, man. As the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? This word is a comforter, man. Yahawashi, yeah, it's the richest, it's the comforter. Yahawashi said, I go away, but I leave you the comforter, man. And again, when you read that, he always spoke that to certain people, man. All right, so now you have only certain people that can go out there and give them this word, man. You know, which is the prophecy the Lord set up. All right, we're the ones that give our people the comfort, man. We're the ones that tell our people the place after this, man. You know, this is not it.
This is Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
Go, man. Most High, Yahawashi. All right, well, Yahawashi was speaking through. He said, come ye all that labor and laden, man. That's our people all the way, man. We're under the script. I mean, we're under the curses, man. You know, the scriptures say the soul of thy feet shall have no rest. All right? He will out the saints of the Most High. Our people think they're going to be here till what, 70, 80 years old? All right? Hopefully they die, hopefully they die before they get that age, because, you know, when you get that age, you either on dialysis, all right, or you're too old to work or walk. You got to live with your kids or whatever, which don't really want you there, you know? A nursing home.
Skin starts stinking and shit.
Yeah. You got to have somebody wipe your ass and shit.
We just had something in the nursing home, a dude who was pissed off because his mom's face was looking like fucking that episode of Martin, man. Nope, when he fought that boxing dude, man. He was like, what the hell is this, man?
Oh, Tommy Hearns?
And they said that she felt. They said that she felt. You know? But she was telling him all that long time that they was whipping her ass, man. Wow. But now now her face is looking crazy. Now he want to do something about it. So she was been telling him.
Yeah, man. But that's what our people got to look for in this place, man. Hey, our people looking to take that chip. All right, that's what you got to look for, man. A lifetime of hell. That's what Esau planning on putting on your tribes. You think it's gonna change once you get the chip? Hell no, man. That gives him more power over your spirit, man. To give you anxiety, to make you sad, to make you happy. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, they got real quick. They got that show Altered Carbon, man. It shows you perfectly how Esau basically wants to have your soul in slavery, man. So that way you die, you come back in slave. You die, you come back in slavery. That's why you read in the book of Job, the 3rd chapter. Job said, basically, I wish that I was never born, man. Because in the heaven, what you rested, man. All right. It says there the wicked cease from all oppression, man. Here, that's all you get is oppression, man. You know, people sighing and crying all day, man, from the bullshit they gotta go through. You got something out?
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah, man. The one who seemed like he was in, and the one who seemed like he was in rulership forever was finally taken down. And that's gonna be that problem, man. That's as just as in the ancient world, what we were highly esteemed. That's how Esau is today, highly esteemed, man. In the time of King David, you would ask our people, you think you're gonna be you told them that they was gonna be slaves under Esau, they would have laughed at you, man. But now look at our people, man. And now we under the lawless enemies, man.
Yeah, real quick, just because they done that to us. We fell, they laughed and clapped their hands at us and our fault. So it's nothing but going to be repeated, unto them when they fall, being a proverb. This is Lamentations chapter 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thou enemies have opened their mouth against you. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it.
You cannot tell me when you read that scripture that did not apply to us as people, man. There's no fucking way, man. You can bring it back. I'm sorry, I can bring it back.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem.
Who else do they do that to? Who else do they hiss and wag their head and talk shit up against? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Why you niggas can't get it together? The Hispanics are a bunch of drunks. You goddamn wetbacks. Who has the main bywords? We do as a people, man. I mean, we may call the other nations shit, but what's more relevant?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You hear nigga, spick, you hear all of the bywords that pertain to us are more relevant in today's society than anything, man. You know what I'm saying?
When these other nations come to America, they get to see black folks, Puerto Ricans, Latinos, on TV and sports, and they wonder, look, how would they living over there? They must live good. I want to go to America. I want to be in America.
Yeah.
Then when they get here and they ride through the downtown area, the urban area where these people at, where the Israelites are at, they shake their head like, and then they see you a fiend on the corner, looking like, damn, that's how these people living. Then they see the so-called gangster, the thug nigga, all that bullshit. It's like, damn, those people are bad. So what they do? And they walk together. They make sure they don't have no dealers with you niggas, man.
Right. Even when I was downtown, like some years ago, or whatever, right? And at the food spot, the Muslim food spot, Mecca's downtown or whatever, and this black dude walking there. So he knew the guy behind the counter. So he talking. I mean, he ain't know that much like Arabic, but he was just mentioning a little few things with dude behind the counter. And then he was talking to the other dude because he wanted to do some some type of business with him or whatever. But the other dude was Arab, and he was trying to converse with him like, Assalamu alaikum, all that other shit. But dude was just looking at him like he crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? He talking like, yo, hey, tell him I'm Muslim just like him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause dude felt offended because obviously he looking at him some type of way. So he got some thoughts like, black nigga. You know what I'm saying? You see it on their face. They make it loud and clear. A few weeks ago when I went up to go to the bank to set up a business account or whatever, right? So the dude called me into the office with the lady. So she just turned around like, it's like her jaw just dropped like, you know what I'm saying? So I just got on a regular t-shirt. I got on my, my spiritual beads or whatever, and her jaw just dropped. She just looked for like 10 seconds. Then she finally said something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see the looks on their face that they really saying something inside their head, man. But they trying to be as professional as possible, man.
Hey, I said last week there was a video that someone showed me where it was an Arab who was in the corner store, and you had two boogers, two females, ghetto hood boogers in the store being niggas, and he was dissing the hell out of them. He was like, look at this. This what I come to America for? look at this trash, look at this trash. And he was like, and they was like, stop playing with me, like playing with him. And he's serious. But they taking him because he got the accent, because he's small, he Ishmael, and they not taking him as an offense. But he was basically like, this is what I gotta do, this is what I come to see when I come to America. Look at them, look how ugly they are, look how ugly they are. You know what I'm saying? And they sitting there just looking more ghetto as ever, man.
And that fulfills that prophecy that shall no longer be called tender and delicate. You know what I mean? America's turning into that country that nobody wants to dwell in. You know?
My job as well, man. He had this dreadhead dude. He was a Muslim, you know, amongst Ishmael. And here it is. They would say salam, salam, whatever they say, man. But then the one Muslim dude was laughing behind his back, man. You know, like, yo, man, you ain't, you know, like, this guy's a joke, man. You kidding me, man? And then the other dude actually snitched on him and got him in trouble, man. So here he is in the trouble with me. Like, yo, man, real Muslims don't move like that, man. He's laughing at this nigga like, boy, you don't know. They don't give a fuck about you, man. Real quick, this Jeremiah 15:5. It says, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Hey, nobody. That's why what? Everything about America, the laws, the Constitution, who wasn't written for? The damn sure wasn't written for us as a people. It was written for the so-called white man. That's what it was written for, man. That's why when the Constitution was originally written, they had to rewrite it and they had to put ambiguous terms in there. So like when it's like, we are the people, or, you know what I'm saying? And they frame it a certain way so that it's just a broad term that makes you think it's for everybody, but it's just for this specific type of people, man. That's what the dude, Dr. Claude Anderson, he was getting into, because he get heavy into the Constitution and the laws and how they set everything up, that is really based upon their standard of living. When you go and you watch the standard commercial, right, and they tell you about a medicine or something like that, they tell you about the side effects, the good things it may do. Who is that really for? That's for them rich white people. When you go up to Livingston, like my ex-girl, she used to work at Walgreens up in Livingston, and sometimes I go up there to see her and shit like that, and shit, I see it for myself. Yo, them white people, they going up there spending thousands of dollars on medicine each goddamn month. Jake can't afford all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is advertised for them. You see a commercial, Head and Shoulders. Who do Head and Shoulders work for? That's not for us.
Oh, that spray shit.
Yeah, the spray and Axe and all of that type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's for them, man. We sweat different from they sweat, and they sweat way funkier because they don't have less sweat glands, man. They the fucking pigs of the earth, man.
Hey, there was a saying, dude used to always say all the time when he was selling his oils and stuff, because that's what we supposed to put on oils.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that blend in with ourselves and things like that, and you get that good aroma. That's why the woman would soak herself in oil for a few months before she meet the king. He used to say, don't put nothing on your skin unless you can eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like coconut oil and shit like that. You know what I mean? Everything that's natural, man. You know what I'm saying? But Esau pushing his standards. You know what I'm saying? Read that one more time.
Jeremiah chapter 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
If they care about what's going on in the local ghettos across America, no, they don't. No, they don't. When you watch countless documentaries, TV show series. When you watch When They See Us, brother, seen that When They See Us. Look at how they fucking did them, man. Look at how that shit was fucked up, man. Would do anybody come to their aid or shit like that? No. Or people that be wrongly convicted, or chicks that be wrongly convicted of certain things. Yo, matter of fact, because I had got into a situation, I mean, for some tickets and shit, and I was in the little county and shit for the weekend, and this dude, he had just came home from doing 7 years. He was doing good. Nigga had a job, just got a car, everything. He getting on his feet, he feeling good about it. So he's like, yo, they just picked me up talking about a warrant for some shit I had way back when. He's like, yo, I just came from doing 7 years, so why and just fuck, he's like, yo, I just came home, I'm about to lose everything I just got, man. You know what I'm saying? Over shit like that, man. But that's how the system is worked. It's worked to fuck us over, man. Period.
Hey, and that's why, see, the prophecies in the scriptures are screaming, man. You know, you got when you watch the Breakfast Club, you know, because we watch a lot of interviews, you know what I'm saying, and people speak.
Edification.
Edification, and, you know what they find out what they know. or what they into, how they really are. And you got a lot of them, like a lot of these political YouTubers, activists, and they asking these questions. When it talks about black folks, you know, per se, right? Even though we all Israelites, the minorities, the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanics, Native or Seminole Indian, it applies to everybody. But they say black. They always saying, how come we don't have somebody to represent us? How come nobody go and because like Charlemagne, whenever somebody political come in, somebody that's trying to run for president or you know, we what you got for us? What you gonna do for black folks? Scriptures right there. It's screaming, man. Exactly. That's the proof to show you are the Hebrew Israelites.
Exactly. But they like you said, they looking in all the wrong places, man. The scriptures say, well, Isaiah 34 and 16, no one shall want her mate, man. So anything within the society can't be compared to what the scriptures can give us, man. You know what I'm saying? Period, man. However you want to slice it and dice it. And also, too, looking into these different political arenas and all that type of stuff, that must be true.
Yeah, I was gonna say this too. You know, they like to tie the Negroes into being African. Well, the Africans, they had their land. The Africans got they structure up. You know, they could go back to their land and deal with their people. You know, who's in charge? Their people. You know, even though they probably brought up by Esau, but hey, it's their people. They're dealing with their people. Who is it that don't have no person looking out for them? Or it's the Israelites, man. You know, it's the Israelites, not the Hamites, man.
Yeah, and also another quick point too, that I found out too, when they talk about minorities, they're not even necessarily talking about us when they talk about minorities. We at the lowest class when they talk about minorities. You have Hawaiians, Samoans, right. Filipinos. Japhet. They are Japhet, fucking Moab, Ammon. They considered in that group. You even got white women is at the top of the minority class. They consider white women, white single females as minorities. And they get rights over us. Period, man. You know what I'm saying? So look how they set the shit up, man.
Hey, it's just proof give more way the Israelites, man. We're at the bottom. You know? I know the scriptures say about prophets, you know, they the offskirt, you know, of the street.
Of the earth.
You know, the filth of the earth. Well, really, all of Israel is the filth of the earth. That's what we became to by reading that scripture, man. Look what we have became to. You know?
That's also prophetic to be called minorities, because a minor thing is an insignificant thing.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, well, we're shit.
And as far as I feel, like when you go into the cities, you know, amongst these urban areas, who like train stations and stuff, who do you see fighting, man, acting wild, man? You so-called Negroes and Spics, man. You don't see two Chinese dudes getting into it, man. You know, two Italians fucking each other. No, it's mainly fucking Jake, man, acting like they're bozos and clowns, man. And that's why they look at you, world star, man. Yeah. And that's why they look at you like you ain't shit, because really you ain't shit right now in this state.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something real quick though. When brother was talking about how the top of the list is the single white female, and when you talk about these gentrified areas that's being gentrified, guess who is the first people to move in there and high numbers? Single white female. Single white female is the highest concentration of Edomites that are moving into these gentrified areas. That's something real quick, right? This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time when their iniquity had an end. So now people say, get over slavery, get over it. No, the bulk of our slaughter came after slavery, though. Okay? All right? So now, when you had the time when you had the industrial revolution happening, Jake we were the most skillful people. Blacksmiths and doing different things, though, right? But what happened was they opened up the floodgates to Europe for them to come in here and take those jobs that were readily available. Exactly. So this is how now, after slavery, though, we were able to be skillful to get those jobs and benefit from it. No, it was a snare. We was on the bottom, and then, like I said, when you go into the lynchings, so all the lynchings happened after slavery. Okay, all of those killings and lynch mobs, all of that happened after slavery. You see what I'm saying, though? They say, the Lord said, right, in the time when their iniquity had an end. Our iniquity had an end after slavery. So-called emancipation, proclamation, Abraham Lincoln, You know, where it was really it was from private owner to states of being owned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then it was always something to where all this right here, this is after slavery. All this is after slavery. This is after slavery. All this is after slavery. You see what I'm saying? Okay? All this is after slavery, man. Okay? You know? Esau helped further the affliction, man. You know?
And you know what else too, to add on to your point, like how you mentioned, how they opened up the floodgates to Europe and all of that. So when they talk about Americans and all that within the Constitution, all of those Europeans that are considered Edomites, they're a part of the American society as well. So when they brought them over in the earlier 1900s or whatever, like how you said, we had the skills, we had the trade, and we could read a lot better than a lot of those Europeans. But yet they brought them over here and let them take all of the skills and let them get all of the jobs and everything when we had the higher ability than they did. So we were still put under a more minority class than they were too.
And we hit you something too, though. To land back on what you say, brother. Unions were set up to keep us out, man.
Mm-hmm.
When they had when the unions was first set up, though, the unions were set up to keep us out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is how, like I said, a lot of these jobs now, a lot of the so-called Italians and Irish had, now that Latinos and Latinos have, they don't have the same power because they didn't understand the whole concept of union, man. You know what I'm saying? You always got some Uncle Tom that they put him in charge, that they trying to knock down his own people, man. You know what I'm saying? But the whole concept of union was to keep us out of these jobs, man. You know? People don't understand the whole origins of union.
I got a quick quote from the creator of the Confederate flag. This is William T. Thompson, April 23rd, 1863. He said, "As a people, we are fighting to maintain the heaven-ordained supremacy of the white man over the inferior or colored race. A white flag would thus be emblematical of our cause. Upon a red field would stand forth our Southern Cross, gemmed, preserving in beautiful contrast the red, white, and blue." Straight up, yeah.
Hey,
Real quick. To add on to that, once again going to the points that Charles Claude Anderson brought out before, the whole word racism itself. Look at the root word race. What was the race and how did the race end? The race started when the Europeans was trying to get to us to enslave us. That was the race. So how does the race end? By them continuing that superiority of power over us. That's all about racism, and racism itself is to keep in place what was already set up from the beginning. So how they started off the Constitution is to keep that trend going. How does the scripture say? The end result is that houses shall continue forever and ever through that Constitution. Right. You know what I'm saying? Through the racism, when racism come to get us, man.
And you notice how that devil said heaven ordained. So he knows that the Most High.
That's how you got a good Bible Tom too.
Yeah.
Just praying to every father they come to the slaves.
And then they also got a term called manifest destiny, which they say basically we enslaved you savages because it was manifest destiny. But there's a flip side to that because now we're gonna enslave you. That's part of manifest destiny.
Right now we in manifest prophecy.
And I just said it was heaven ordained. That's why scripture say, "Thou thoughtest I was altogether such as one as thyself." You know, meaning that they thought that the Lord is actually with them. No, man, the Lord was just with you to punish us because we went off, man. But they're in for a huge surprise when they find out that they have to go into slavery and that the Lord actually hates them, man.
I got something real quick. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, "Blessed be Yahawah, for I am rich." And their own shepherds pity them not. And that's the whole thing was that when they made that song, Amazing Grace, Esau was in his glory, man, you know? Like I said, though, they knew when they went to the west coast of Africa, they knew who they were grabbing, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when they brought them over here, they knew that when they had created the Gatling gun to take down Gad, they knew it was manifest destiny, man. To take from the east coast to the west, all the way straight across the west coast, man. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lesson recently on, to this day right now, they are still mining gold mines in DR, man. To this day, they're still mining gold mines here, and it's gold mines that they're still mining, man. You see, and there's a company there that they secured a contract that they're secured all the way to the year, I think I believe it's 2020, 28 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? 2030, they're secured. The contract is secured for 2030. You know, according to what they but that shows you the riches that the Lord gave our people when they came over here from in the Apocrypha, all right? When they came over here from leaving Assyrian captivity to come over here, this place was full of riches, man.
It says that Ephraim shall dwell in a pleasant place.
Hey,
you know?
and it says Asher, their foot should be dipped in oil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said though, there's so much resources that the Central and South America have, man, and the islands, man. So many resources, man. You know. Okay, I heard somewhere to where when Columbus came over, they was playing with basically playing with diamonds, you know.
Hey, and continue out that scripture. I said, "Who's possessed and slay them, and hold themselves not guilty." And they say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich." What time? That devil was down on his knees praying and shit. He's like, "Thank you, Lord, for my slaves and my riches and all this good I have done, and may I prosper even more and all of that." So what? They don't think they've done anything wrong, man. This is what they do. This is a normal thing to them, man. This is how life is supposed to be for them, man. You know, destroying the earth, destroying everything that they come inside of, man. That's normal to a devil, man.
Quick precept. Revelations chapter 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Can't get around that. Can't get around that. You know, when you read this to the bonehead Christian, man, they don't understand. They're like, it's like you're just throwing them in the middle of a tornado. They don't know what the hell going on. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the hell going on, man. You know, but it just goes to show you that, like I said though, man, my thing is that you have to be built up from the milk to the meat, man. So now if you don't meat at them, this is really meat. You know what I'm saying? It's simple for us, but it's meat really. So now you just throwing them in there. You know, because you got IUCBK, they'll read that this is one of their 5 scriptures that they read. They'll read this right here, you know what I'm saying? And they expect the people who they're speaking to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way, man. It don't work that way, man.
I got a quick reset. Deuteronomy 28:44. This is more proof who the Israelites are. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So who's the head of these international bankers? Who's the one giving out the loans and the mortgages? The fake Jew. So clearly they're not the people that this applies to.
Whose face is on the money?
Exactly. If I may add, man, it's perfect that you read that scripture, because a lot, and the brother brought out as far as the race, because when it goes to the race, here it is, we're just finding out this information about ownership, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. You know, the veil's been lifted upon the whole strategies as far as like acquiring real estate and everything like that. And that just furthermore proves that we're at the end of this society, because real estate was one of the quickest ways in which you could become a millionaire in the society or generate wealth, right? And like the brother said, you know, that race is, here it is, we're what, 400 years behind, you know, the information, you know, in the scripture. And that's actually one of the curses that the Lord brought upon us. You know, if we want to even think about acquiring assets or even get a loan to start up a business, who we got to go to? Edom. Esau and the so-called white man, like the brother made mention earlier. You know, the Edomite was looking at the brother crazy, you know, because it's not the norm. It was never set up for us to be in that fashion, you know. But recently they got something called opportunity zones, right? And it's actually pretty much controlling the urban community. You know, the purpose of it is to put Israel in the deep bondage, you know, being more controlled. Meanwhile, Esau gets richer, right? But real quick, I'm gonna read on what opportunity zones is. This opportunity zones incentive is a new community investment tool established by Congress in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 to encourage long-term investments in low-income urban and rural communities nationwide. And this also proves that these devils think that their houses are going to continue forever, because they think they have long-term investments, you know? it says, opportunity zones provide a tax incentive for investors to reinvest their unrealized capital gains into dedicated opportunity funds, right? And I'm gonna just get into really the permanent. It's three different phases of how it works, but for the essence of time, I'm just read for the permanent exclusion because these Edomites really think they got a permanent situation in rulership, right? It says a permanent exclusion from taxable income of capital gains from the sale or exchange of an investment and opportunity fund. If the investment is held for at least 10 years, this exclusion only applies to gains accrued after an investment in an opportunity fund. So here it is, they will have to pay taxes based upon whatever establishment they set up in the urban community, but after the 10 years of them holding that particular fund, they don't have to pay taxes upon the land that they acquired. But these opportunity zones are only set up in the hood, in the ghettos. You know, so that furthermore puts these Edomites ahead of the game, man, and keeps us at the tail. You know, so it's all set up and designed for us to fail, man. You may have your token jakes that may have a piece of the pie, you know, but they ain't got the whole loaf, man. Israel is fighting for crumbs while these Edomites have the whole loaf. But we're not going to get it in this society. The Lord got us the kingdom, man. We fuck a loaf, we're going to have the whole bakery, man. And then some. You know?
This is why they set up those snares after slavery, because like I said, we're a resilient people, man. You know? So now my thing is that if we were to be left alone, we can be able to build up on our own. But that's not the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? But it's happened even in our lowest estate, though, we're better than you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Track record show, man. Show what he showed Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look at sports, man, we're better than you, man. Everything that we do, we're better than you, man. If you would just leave us the fuck alone, you know, we would still rise up above you, though, man. But the Lord had to put a spell upon you that set up those snares and hey, redlining was set up in the urban areas to where black folks was be able to buy property, man. You know, to where they weren't not to get loans, man. And then what happened was when you had these white landlords, they were burning down these buildings, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when we had the World Series back in the 70s, late 70s, it was going, it said, oh, the Bronx is burning. Because what happened was they showed an area view of Yankee Stadium, and then in the background, you had neighborhoods burning down. These were white landlords, Amalekites, all right? They were paying people that were just to burn the place down, man. You know what I'm saying? Condemn these places, man. And then now to build it back up, you know what I'm saying? We weren't able to get the piece of the pie, man. They had their children lock up these shells. They would call them shells. Brownstone shells in Harlem, man, that were sold up by Edomites, man. Okay, this is why it was easy for them to have gentrification in Harlem because why? Because they already had a holding on those brownstone shells, man. Okay, from way back when, man. So when time was to come to where you always heard, oh, white people gonna take over Harlem. You heard that back in the days, man. So now you're trying to see that transformation coming on, though, but it's coming to your own destruction, man.
Okay, that's the same thing that happened with that happened that account with what was it, Philadelphia, the move.
Oh yeah,
The move where they had a helicopter fire on them. They had that whole thing, you know? Yeah, they wanted them out of it.
Yeah.
You know? I got a quick precept. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 8. Oh, you had that? Okay. Okay. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Hey, we see that right now, man. We see the Lord, like I said, we have to understand everything that's happening right now in the Middle East with the Lord gathering the troops there. This is for our sakes, though, man, because the Lord said what? He said that there shall I judge them in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I'm gonna plead there for my people, man. We have to understand everything, all these chess pieces going around, and this one deceiving this one, and this one getting troops there. Like the United States now, they're getting Patriot missile now. Everything, this is all being set up, man, for their destruction, man. And this is all for our win, man. This is all for our salvation, man. So we have to understand when we see these prophecies happening, okay, we know that it's in the scriptures, and we know that it's taking place though. But we gotta know it is for our sakes though, man. Okay? Alright? This whole planet revolves around us, man. This is what we have to understand, man. But we're not in that state to understand that, man. You know? And here it is, we telling the people we're the greatest people in the world. Taking so beating down that whore in the corner, beating up dudes on her in the corner, you know, the abusive husband, Esau Edom.
Ike Turner.
Yeah. Through the spirit of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, really. That's our real husband. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, we shivering in the corner. You know, can't leave him. Still love him. Right? Still defend him. We try to talk shit about him. Still want to defend him. You know, right? Tooth and nail, trying to fight against this damn devil, man. You know, you people gonna see, man.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's right. Who's not desired? The nation of Israel. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Here it is. They want everything to do with you, but nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? If it means they put money in their pocket, that's the only time they will want to do business with you. You know, because these heathens, beginning with these Edomites, they know that the nation of Israel are the biggest consumers. That's why they come and set up businesses within the urban community. You know, that's why they're predominantly the number one draft picks, because they bring entertainment into the entertainment industry. You know, if you want a big sales on pay-per-view, I bet you it's two Israelites boxing, duking it out, man. You know, that's the only time, you know, these heathens will want to deal with the nation of Israel. Other than that, they don't want to be a part of it. You know, they're not going to pay you to be their neighbor, man. You know, it was never their intention to pay you to be their neighbor. If you are the neighbor, you've been groomed by his ideology anyway. So what? You're controlled. You know, a lot of times, you know, when Jake moves into the suburbs, what they say, there goes the neighborhood. You know, the property value is being brought down. You know, here it is, you go into an elevator and the Edomites there, she's clutching on to her purse, man, her pocketbook. Or she cringe up, you know, or she act like she's in her phone. Automatically, she got a phone call. You know what I'm saying? We are that nation not desired, man. You know, and that happens everywhere we go, man. That's how we know we are the people that the Bible speaks of, man. But what? Fuck all of that. The Lord is saying gather, you know, because that's where the strength is at. You know, and the Lord is not gathering the whole nation. You know, he's only gathering 144,000 in the 1 million, man. Because that's the only people that matters that's going to receive this truth in order for the Lord to deliver us out of this captivity.
Verse 2, it says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Which is Jacob's trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord got us out here week in and week out, man. That's why brothers doing shows constantly throughout the week. You know, because the Lord is providing that warning for all hell breaks loose in the society. You know, because you ain't going to be able to say you didn't know. You ain't going to be able to say you wasn't told, man. Because the Lord had his men out here faithfully. Go ahead.
It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord Yahawah.
Man, you ain't gonna know anger until you're not able to eat, man. You know, when the Lord takes your bread and water away from you, that's how you know the Lord's angry. When the Lord got a fucking beast that you've never seen, nor can you utter, nor can you describe what it looks like, or the type of powers that it possessed to devour your ass, that's when you know the anger of the Lord is upon you, man. You know, a motherfucker can't even go through the night without having a midnight snack, man. You know, before they hungry again. You know, breakfast is meaning you're breaking a fast. You're fasting for an 8-hour period. Individuals, these Americans is not even having breakfast these days, man. The black woman already got goodies in her nightstand. You know, a lot of people with fridges in their bedroom. You know, it's insane, man. So what you think is going to happen when the Lord suddenly have the storehouses unsown, man? These people are going to go crazy. I had this Ephraimite on the job. You know, they got this competition on my job to where it's a weight loss competition. You know, here it is. This Ephraimite, she's overweight. She's struggling losing the weight. You know what I'm saying? And her thing is, I don't want to starve myself. know what I'm saying? Because the ulcers that she had within her gives her an acid reflex. You know what I'm saying? So what? In that day when the Lord strip that bread and water from you, what you think is going to happen? You know, your neighbors are going to start looking like lunch meat, man. But that's when you're going to know the anger of the Lord is upon you, man. But in that day, the same men that you was laughing at, guess what? They're going to be chilling, eating. Right?
Hey,
you know, they're going to be good.
We're going to be laughing at them.
For sure. For sure.
It says, seek ye the Lord Yahawah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Because what America promotes the exact opposite. They boost up, you know, adultery. You know, they boost up having multiple women. You know, having the finest delicacies that money could buy. You know, they promote attention. You know, pretty much they promote attention. And you know, the more attention that's upon you, the bigger your ego gets, and the further you stray away from the Heavenly Father. Edomite is a fucking genius when it comes to the psyche, man. Why you think all of the social media was created, man? It's to what? Boost up your ego. But the more like I said, the more your ego is boosted, the further you separate from the Lord, man. Why is earth and ashes proud, man? You know, we don't need to be proud. We didn't create nothing. We don't own shit. You're not even control of your own destiny, man.
Yeah, Esau, this devil is a madman. He's controlling how people actually think.
Before they even think it.
Before they even think it, man. He's now changing words which are common sense, even to identify an individual. He won't want you to say he and she anymore because he wants transsexuals to have some type of sort of respect. So you're going to take out he and she for someone to identify somebody just for their feelings. He's changing the way now he wants everyone to accept homosexuality behavior when it's wrong, and everybody is not going to accept it. And if you deal with anything with videos for YouTube, they're going to strive to get you. They're going to try to control the way that you speak. Who was it? I think it was what's his name? The comedian. The other Eddie Murphy.
They spelled.
Oh yeah, Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy. Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin had a show. I think it was called the Functionals or something. Maybe it's that, or it was another one. He said, "You better." I forgot exactly his exact words, but he said, "You better be thankful now that you can think for free because they're gonna charge you for thinking." Something like that.
No, that's weird because I was about to say, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if the next step, say if you call somebody homosexual in rude speech. See how you gotta be PC for the camera. You know what I'm saying? If you call up someone a homosexual in rude speech out here on the streets, you probably get locked up for it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the next step, man.
I think they were working on that.
They try to do that in Texas on one of those campuses with some dude, and there was a Jake cop said, and dude was like, "Oh, what did I do wrong?" And dude was like, "You hurt his feelings." He's like, "It's against the law to hurt somebody's feelings." He's like, "Yes, it is." Like, you know, like what type of shit is that? What what the fuck is this society coming to, man?
Hey, that's Esau bringing forth the new world order. It's all about control. You know, their plans is to be in the, sit in the seat of the Most High. They want to be, they want you to fear Him as if He's God. You know, and by the way of their microchipping with the mark of the beast, they're gonna be inside your body. Esau right now is not inside our bodies, so he could only try to play upon your mind to go a certain way to get you to go off. But once the chip is in you, he can be inside of you, and he can force your emotions. Even if you're rebellious, he can have your emotions and your immune system drop to where you sick, and to stop you from provoking or rebelling. You see what I'm saying? Esau is a madman. He's not only attacking the Israelites and keeping us submerged and oppressed, but he's attacking the Lord now. This devil's so proud, he think he's bigger than the Most High. That's why the Lord is coming for you, Edomites, man. You know? And I just say one more thing. You know, it's no way in hell that you're gonna allow homosexuality to be a norm when the Lord already gave you an example like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's not gonna happen. This is proof that the Lord Yahawashi is on his way. This is proof that the Heavenly Father exists. He's gonna come. He's have to.
At one point, real quick, just to land back with you, somebody like with the comedians, Eddie Murphy, he just came out and said he felt remorse for what he said on his old comedy show, Raw. Eddie Murphy Raw.
What?
Yeah, but he only did that to be PC within society, and cause what? Coming to America 2 supposed to be coming out. You know what I'm saying? So he went out and said he feel remorse for that. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, once he try to, you know what I mean, start doing heavy promotion for Coming to America 2, they're gonna bring that old shit back up and try to get you for that shit, man. The society is fucked up, man.
And you see now how they're coming after all of these top guys, man. Charlie Rose, the Edomite, you know, he's supposed to be some news commentator. They're coming after all these guys, man, because now they're trying to feminize this whole society, man. You know, and then now what's gonna happen is it's all really set up for Edom to like put us out there in the forefront to where we're so they're bold in the spirit though, and it's so contrary to what they're trying to dumb down in the society. I got something quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus say the Lord power, because thy heart is lifted up, and I say, I am the Most High, and I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not the Most High.
Right.
Though thou set thy heart as the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee, you know. And this is how Esau switches around these words, new speak coming in. Now the truth is coming out now. Now certain things have to be taken out of the blue letter. Blue letter taken out, and certain things have to be look up definitions that we probably could look back 6-7 years ago. We get the definition for it. Now they change it up. You know what I'm saying? So now he's trying to stay ahead of the game, man. But you're losing that grip, man. Losing that grip. Everybody's coming up against you, man. Okay, all right. And we're at least your problems with, okay? Oh, we're your ultimate threat, but you have a lot of other issues that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You know?
And what made this devil more wise than, Daniel, because he gives a diligent search. And now in 2019, he has technology. He has witchcraft. Technology is witchcraft, straight up. The way it was formed, the way it's used, it's witchcraft, man. And he uses that to get everything, to learn what it is that he needs to know. Like a computer can put numbers together that a man wouldn't be able to do. It can make things easier. If he needs to search to see what depth is, he uses a computer. He go on the seas, he got radar technology. Even if there's a sea creature down there, he knows it's down there. He might can't see it, but he knows it. Okay, that's the location where, hey, a riot thing could be, hypothetically speaking. Provoking the Lord to anger, and the Most High is fury. He's fury right now. It says Job chapter 5 and 12. I start at 7. It says, yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I will seek unto the Most High, and unto the Most High would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those things that be low, that those which mourn may be exhorted to safety. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And that's the new world order. Esau is very crafty, man. He's crafty on playing on your mind, where media is a deception. They put certain news out there. They have certain anchors to speak, certain newscasts to speak, certain YouTubers. Hey, they play upon deception, man. Esau is psychic, man. He's an adversary, man. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And in my footnote, it says frustrates. It says the Most High will frustrate you, man. It says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. You know, because what it is that whatever wickedness that you're thinking of to do unto the righteous, the Lord gonna have that wickedness done unto you. You know, like hanging on the gallows. You know,
Haman. Yep.
you know, it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward to carry headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. And right now, Esau is the mighty. He has a military, he has an army, he has the power structure, man. You know, he can do whatever he wants. He can roll up on us with a truck full of army men and take us. He can kidnap you. You know, they're writing laws. Well, they have laws in place so that they can actually kidnap you. That's all what it is. Kidnap is like a word, it's a boogeyman word, you know. But if they say by law, we can hold you and detain you as we will, that's kidnap. Oh, you're not gonna see a judge. I'm gonna just sit you in Guantanamo Bay until I feel like it, and I'm gonna torture you where you're not gonna be able to say nothing. Nobody's gonna believe you. You know, they got this law where they can actually pick you up because they could believe, because they could think. How can I say this? They got a law passed where if they even think that you're about to do a crime, they can lock you up, man. That's wickedness, man.
That's Minority Report.
Yeah.
You know, that's wickedness, man. That's wickedness, man. If they think, stolen car.
I know, right?
If they think, just like they do with hackers and shit, man. If they think that you about to commit a crime, they can lock you up, man. You know.
It's gonna come to a point where they're gonna, when the NDAA is fully in place. Look, when you going on a particular website or you just watching brothers' videos, they gonna have that pretty much tracked on your phone. You can just be walking up the street, all of a sudden you get thrown in the van. And it's gonna come to that point, man. I remember a couple years ago I was watching a TV show. I mean, I wasn't even watching it. It was on in the background, but I just happened to catch a particular part to where a guy was being tortured for a particular website that he just viewed, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to that point, man. You know, this devil want robots out here, man. He wants you walking around with no emotions. You know?
Yeah, no, like the footnote that you said is that because Esau's getting frustrated. Yeah. He can't stop it. He can't stop the word. He shuts down the channel. 3 more pop up. Right. So he's just gonna eventually have to get violent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, quick, I was about to bring it out. Quick precept, young brothers. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Here it is, you're trying this shit and it's not working out. You know, nothing's going in your favor. Here it is, you have a deadline to meet. You know, when you know you have a particular deadline to meet, you know, and you're nowhere near to your mission being fulfilled, what's in turn going to happen? You'll be frustrated. You're going to lose sleep. You know, you're going to be starting arguments with random individuals. You know, you're going to find yourself walking up the street just attacking innocent bystanders, man.
Now they had that. Remember the news commercial, the program that they did about the RFID microchip. Now their plan to have that implemented was 2017.
Yeah.
So they're behind schedule.
Yeah. All the way behind schedule. You know. Matter of fact, I believe it was supposed to come out like 2013, because I remember when I first came into the faith, you know what I'm saying, later on that year, they were supposed to be pushing it. And then 2017, that's when it resurfaced as far as it being mandated.
Right.
But what? The information is out. You know what I'm saying? The information out. Not only that, we know it's being held back for the elect's sake, you know, because the elect has to get sealed first. Yeah. You know, but they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're being controlled by the Heavenly Father themselves. They taking those orders. So so the engineers, you know, they have it already set in me, but as far as, you know, they taking orders from the higher ups, like, hey, look, we gotta push this thing back. For whatever reason it shit may be. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. They may be looking for the right terrorist attack. You know? Maybe we have to come up on a certain level for them to blame it upon us. You know?
And we also know that they have to manifest that 5G technology, man. That 5G technology has to go hand in hand, man, with what we're trying to do, man. They need that 5G technology.
Right.
They gotta push that, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then now, even China's ahead of you on that, man. Right. China got the 5G already up and running, man. You got Chinese people that come over here with 5G phones, man. Okay, 5G technology that's already well advanced than what we have. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you think about Babylon, America, man, everything they do is on a low level, man. The cars, crap. You know, who's buying an American car these days, man?
Yeah.
You know, it's crap.
Yeah, they rust up.
You know, you can't even get 100,000. You're lucky to get 100,000 miles out of one of their cars, man. You know, okay, decent trucks, decent trucks. Okay, the trucks are decent because they have strong engines and they have a component of the transmission that goes with it. It lasts.
But it burns so much fucking gas.
Yeah. You know, Thursday. Yeah. You know, I got something real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to put down the strongholds. This is how you know that he has for a short time. You know, because so Paul, he's being made bare. We're exposing him for what he is, man. It is what it is, man. You know, we got people that's trying to fight against us, man. And listen, man, this man's gonna kill you. The so-called white man is gonna kill you. Negroes, Latinos, and everything, man. Straight up, he's gonna kill you. Okay? And why not? Why not? Why not? So it's all a thing from Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. Okay? And hey, you stand behind it. You first gotta go. Okay? Right?
Right.
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself, the knowledge of the Most High.
The key word is imagination.
Right.
Esau has he has imagination that's out of this world. This is the lowest among the heathen. You know, he is the true impolite, mean-spirited person, low birth, peasant. His imagination is out of this world, man. He really believes that he's going to be the Most High unto everybody, like he's a God.
Right.
That's crazy.
And he started with that image.
Right.
Imagination comes from image, which means picture. You know what I mean? A picture speaks 1,000 words. A picture is a great form of deception. You know what I'm saying? This is white supremacy, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's been published for the past, 500 years? Mm-hmm. So you constantly seeing this image as if it's God and his son, you know, for the past 500 years. What do you think is going to happen? You know, people's gonna think, oh, God is white, his son is white, God's people is white. You know, and that's the propaganda that they've been pushing for all of these generations. Whitewash.
And this is why people always give so-called white man something that pass, man, for everything he does. So now when you have the video come out, oh, I hate niggas, the video they recorded.
Oh, CBS.
Like you got the jet. What the fuck you recording them for, man? They're the devil, man. You record, like, oh, I'm gonna report. You're gonna report them to who? You're gonna go turn your oppressor? Oh, he said nigger. Like you got that, like Jake got that clutch your pearls spirit on him, man. Right. Oh, I can't believe in 2019 you still calling us niggers. Right. Oh, you're gonna say that? Come on, man. It is what it is, man. Yep. You people don't understand, man. These people hate you, man. Yep. Okay? You don't accept it. Why? It's because this is the handiwork of Christianity. Yeah. All this right here you see is the handiwork of Christianity. Why? They got that image stuck in their head. Okay? When a so-called white man does something to them, it's an isolated incident. They don't think of it as being it's just a much broader incident, man. It's broader than what you think, man. This is bigger. It's just, you're just catching a little bit of what it is, though, but you can't really perceive what it really is, man. Okay? This man hates you, man. Okay? That's it, man. The so-called white man hates you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Point blank period, man. The track record speaks for itself, man. You can't get around it. Can't get around the track record. Can't get around it, man. You know, and the Lord's going to destroy this goddamn man because he hates his people, man. Okay? All right? His people is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So the Lord's going to destroy the so-called white man, okay? Because he hates his people, man. So what mind you think that this man's going to receive salvation, man? Okay? What more better you think the so-called white man's going to have better than what he got it right now, man? Okay? All right? You think the elites are going to think, oh, I got something better waiting for me? Right. He got nothing. You got nothing for you, man. Nothing for you, man. We can pull the scriptures out that you have nothing.
Hey, it's another thing too. This is, we're living in a time of prophecy, man. And this is how you know that Esau is falling, because he cannot even no longer in his kingdom express his true feelings about you. You got Edomites getting in trouble for calling us niggas, being shamed.
I'm gonna record you. Ooh,
Hey,
ooh,
hey, because check it out. It wasn't even that long ago when they had us segregated. We couldn't even drink out of the same water fountains. We couldn't even sit. What was it? Couldn't sit in the back of the bus.
Yeah,
the front of the bus.
Couldn't sit in the front.
So here it is. They back then they was able to express themselves openly. Now Esau has to suppress his feelings and emotions. Because if he do now, he getting in trouble. That means your kingdom is falling. You're not in the power that you had before. You know, you got this guy Trump, DJ Trump, as the apostles call him, you know, running around talking about let's make America great again. Making America great again is you niggas in hard bondage. Straight up, man. And that's what they want to do. And that's why, going back to the mark of the beast, it's the RFID microchip, man. That's the way that they can enslave you, and they can enslave you, man, even more. Because we're still slaves. That's why you still have a birth certificate and a social security card, man. But now they want to put chips in you because they want to be God. Plain and simple. They just moving on. And like you said, Esau, hey, he had it. He got everything. The Most High made him as the son of perdition, the border of wickedness, the devil, the serpent. You know, you name it. He got all these wicked ass titles, man. He's only good for destroying. So if he has everything, as the scriptures say, the fatness of the earth, what else could he get? He got to destroy shit in order for him to be happy, you know? And now he thinks he's going to destroy Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. He thinks he's going to destroy the Heavenly Father and his son.
Yeah.
You got another thing coming, man.
Hey, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter says he cannot be satisfied, man. You know? He wants your soul, man. He wants your spirit.
So like he's trying to go beyond his blessing, man. The Lord said, look, thou shalt live by the sword. Saying he was going to acquire the fatness of the earth. And the only way he's been able to acquire the fatness of the earth is by the sword. That's why he's successful in all of his attempts. You know what I'm saying? The whole problem reaction solution, that was a part of his blessing. To even come up with that particular strategy to rape, rob, and murder the world for his natural resources. You know? Here it is, he's committing the crime and he's blaming it on somebody else. You know? That's a skill for him to be able to deceive the whole world. The usual suspects, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist, man. You know, because what he comes with fair speeches and he comes with top dollar suits, man, with a briefcase.
And now just that's the saying how they say in the world.
Right.
But he convinced the world that he wasn't the Edomite. Right. Because if everybody know he the Edomite, then you know he's the son of perdition.
Right. That's how we know your new world order is not going to be accomplished, because it goes over the boundary of your blessing. You know?
Hey, real quick, let me bring this out, because since we mentioned the word frustrated, you know, Esau he's being frustrated by us preaching his word. You know, that's why the YouTube censored. He got these YouTube characters out there. They think that, they getting upset, oh, I can't say this, or my monitor, I can't monitor my video. It's all due to the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah. Straight up. Even the camps that are teaching false doctrine, they still a problem to Esau. Yeah. Right. You know? Because what we're doing is really destroying the spirit. Destroying them with the spirit of the Lord's mouth, man. You know? But anyway, this is Job chapter 20, and I start at 20. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not say of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
So what's the devil desire? He desires to have the whole world operating off of a RFID microchip, man. It's what part of his desire is having a world at a population of 500 million. You know? That's all a part of the Georgia Guidestones. All you got to do is look it up. You know? Having the whole world accepting homosexuality. That's all a part of this devil's desire, man. You know? Having the psychological warfare accomplished to where he would like for it to be. You know? The Lord is going to interrupt all of that.
Yep. And he wants to be like God, like how you brought out before. So he even establishes his own laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah. Right? Which is to be a homo, to the woman above the man. Yeah. So the Lord's going to bring that down.
Esau is the big bully, man. Esau, his nature is this. Of course, we know he's a beast, so, anything goes. But what his thing is that he likes, at school, you got a bully, right? Punch you in the face. if you tell on him, you gonna get it. You gonna beat you up again. That's Esau. Esau is like, I'm gonna do some wicked shit. I'm gonna take from you and steal from you, and I dare you to say something about it, because I'm gonna make the world against you. I'm gonna lock you up now. That's what Esau do. He's a big bully. You know?
That's that true person, that mean-spirited person, man.
Salakia, man. See, you know what it is? What's going on right now is like class act. Y'all remember class act, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's always a bully, but there's always another bully badder than you. Esau is Kid. Christopher Reeves. Right? What's his name? Christopher Reeves?
Nah.
What's his name?
Christopher Duncan.
Christopher Duncan, right? Here it is in class act. You know, you had that dude who always kept getting his head slapped by Tommy, right? He was a bully. You know what I'm saying? But here it is, Play. I forgot his name. You know what I'm saying? Play's character within the movie. Here it is. He whooped the bully's ass. But it made it look like Duncan P. Hinder.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Whatever his name is. It made it look like he was the one beating up the bully.
Say pretty, please.
You know what I'm saying? It looked like to the whole school that Duncan was the one beating up the bully. So he got proud. You know what I'm saying? He became renowned, so to speak. Esau is Duncan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord is only using you because he's actually the power behind you to be able to have these other countries in subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make it look like you the bully. But like the scriptures say, people gonna be like, is this the man?
Right.
What made the whole earth tremble?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening in particular. We see Blade Brown. You know what I'm saying? While the world sees Duncan. You know?
Word.
Our eyes are open, man.
Job chapter 21 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, I went into the straits, and straits actually mean, to bind, be distressed, going back into being frustrated. It says to bind, be distressed, be in distress, be cramped, be narrow, be in straits, make narrow, cause distress, besiege. So it's basically for him to be stressed. Esau, that's why fulfilling Revelations 12 and 12, and coming down having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time. All right, so it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of the gall. Terrors are upon him. So Esau swear that, you have this domestic terrorist and international terrorist. Well, guess what? The Most High is a terror, man. He's a terror unto you Edomites. This is why the Lord spoke about in Zechariah the 5th chapter. He says the chariots that go forth being a curse that go across the face of the earth. So the Lord is really terrifying Esau every day when he see those chariots, man. Now all of a sudden, 2019, they want to come out and say, yeah, we do have unidentified flying objects flying in our skies. Yeah, because everybody has a cell phone, and they're not only across here in America, they all over, being seen all over the world, man. That's to keep Esau and reminding him that, look, I'm still here,
That's the day of the Lord, man. It says in Amos, how the day of the Lord is as if a man chasing a bear and a snake better. So Esau is going to flee into the mountains, and then Yahawashi is going to meet him, man, with the angels, man.
Hey, when you talk about brother talk about Zechariah, it said that the flying road, and it tells you this is the curse that goes forth upon the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And it shall enter into the house of the thief, man.
Right.
Who's the thief, man?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you like Esau, like brother said, Esau can't get enough. Like it's not like you stop doing it. It's like, oh well, I don't know who the thief is. You still thieving, man. You still doing what you're doing, though.
Still on that land.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You throwing rocks though, and then you're trying to hide your hand. The rocks are still in your hand. Come on, you can't get around what you're doing, man. Like I said though, you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself though. Like I said though, the scriptures speak upon you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're still doing what you're doing though, man. But you got people that's just trying to fight and try to, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Look, here it is, man. The Lord's about to make his return, and you still got people talking about, the dying Israelites. That's like you're playing football, we got the 1 yard line, about to score. Yeah. They doing a flag way down the other end of the field and shit. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. 6 plays ago.
got something real quick. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. But they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
The devil can't even go to sleep until he does some shit.
Hey, these elites got everything a heart could wish for, man. They can build anything. They don't use cash. They don't swipe. Wherever these elites go, they just take it. It's theirs. If they want to eat from this restaurant, they'll shut down the whole mall just for them to eat. They don't pay shit. They don't have to go on the computer and go, what I want to buy today, and put in numbers. They don't have to do none of that. It just, hey, my name is such and such, Rawchaa. I would like that, you know. Hey, even when it comes to people, what these people, our people, 2/3 of our people don't understand, you're a slave, man. Your own body's devils. This is why they feel like they can just take your child. They can just take you, you know. When they declare martial law, and this martial law is going to come. When martial law is warlike, meaning they can seize all property. So if you got a house, you got a car, they can take that from you. And guess what? They can take you because you're property of the elites.
Right.
That's why you got a social security card and you got a birth certificate. Man. You know, so we're still actually slaves. And how you said they take the rock and hide it and do this and that. Hey, you can't hide the fact that we're in death land, man. Even to this day, we're slaves. It's just that Esau, what he have done with your mind is that he said, okay, let's let them off the leash. Just like a dog. You take an animal, you take a pit bull, whatever type of dog you got, he's a puppy, you train him up, you know, because he's going to be running everywhere when you go out. So you put a leash on him. All of a sudden, when he get up to a certain age, you be like, I don't need no leash on him. And he go running around, but then you be like, look, I'm about to leave. So you, Cujo, he from running back. You can open your car door, and he'll just jump in the door and close the door. That's these niggas, man. Right. That's these niggas, man.
At least was that yoke of iron.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It says, Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
See, Esau Edom knows what's at stake right now. He knows the kingdom's at stake. He knows that. He knows that he's only going to rule for a certain amount of time. He knows that he can't make a move right then and there because, like, the Lord's not allowing him to do so.
Right.
But like I said, when the Lord gives him charge, so he's going to go like a battle, you know. But he knows what's going. This is what I'm saying. This is why he's constantly thinking of things to where, how can I keep them? He's trying to upset prophecy. You know what I'm saying? You know? He don't want it to go down, but it's going to go down. You know what I'm saying?
And the more he tries to upset prophecy, he fulfills prophecy.
Yeah, and it's
Right,
like
right.
it's almost like you're trying to. It's like you're in quicksand. You know what I'm saying, man? Look. You move one more time, and you're gonna go deeper in the quicksand. You know, stop moving. Like it's not a fun.
Hey, another thing too, Esau, he has an agenda, and he think according to his agenda that he's making progress, because his agenda been long time ago, years ago. They just holding a certain agenda, and they just by generation they keep going by to fulfill the next one.
Yeah.
But this was But the Lord said He's gonna intervene. He's gonna intervene in the midst of their agenda. So that's the whole thing. See, everything is going according to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi at the end of the day. You know?
A little bit more meat. It says, verse 17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto that perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness, they know not at what they stumble. You know, and that goes back into what James 12 and 10, but it says the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. You know what I'm saying? This word was never given to these Edomites. That's why they don't even know what they're stumbling at. You know?
That's why Esau, not being a spiritual man, he doesn't know that he's a vessel of the Most High himself. So the Most High said that he creates peace, he creates evil. So him himself is a creation of the Most High. So all the evil that Esau do is just the will of the Lord, really, when it comes down to it. Right. I got a quick precept, if I may, because it goes into how that same evil is going to destroy him. Psalms 34 and 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Right? So that's why the sanctuary is within the body of Yahawah and Yahawashi, the elect, and they're the ones that are going to be delivered, and Esau is going to be made desolate.
Hey, you heathens are included too, man. You other heathens, man. Not just Esau Edom, man. Esau Edom, you the main character, but you got these you heathens that they hate. What you got again?
Yeah, 21, Psalms 34 and 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate.
Can't get around that, man. Who hates the wicked? Naturally, you know? Like I said though, even in our wickedness, man, we still we still see brotherly love. Wicked nigga, man. How we treat each other, man. You know? Pound, hug, you know? That's just a Greek, man, you know?
Two-thirds will catch a body, and then his homie will bail him out of jail as if he did something right. You know, they got brotherly love even on the computer. You know, just because it's the nature of our people.
Yeah, I got something on the devil Esau, man. You know, brother mentioned a couple times that you know, he has all the heart that he wish for, man. This is on James chapter 5, verse 5. It says, ye have lived in pleasures on the earth and been wanton. You know, and wanton is going into living voluptuously, man. You know, you living luxuriously, man. So here it is, they have that, man. They have their nice mansions, man, and their nice cars, right? But it says, ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Even back to slavery days, man. They had their plantations, they had all their slaves, they had it going on, man. But verse 6, but it says, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. But at the end of the day, you still want to slay Israelites, man. Right. You know, gotta bring this back out, man. All right, because during this time as well, you still had the nice houses and shit, man. You know, servants and slaves, man. But you still wanted to do fucking shit like this, man. Why? Because you're the fucking devil, man. You know. Now it says the wickedness of the white man. All right, Esau, Edom, man. You know, you wanted to lynch us. That's why they're the true mean-spirited person, man. Only a mean asshole would do stuff like that, man. But as in the day of slaughter, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you.
Yeah, and the just has always been trying to be at peace with you, man. You know, like I said though, my thing is that the Lord gave us that cup of trembling, man, to where you coming around, man, Jake trembling, we trembling, man. You know, but the scripture says also that the cup's gonna be passed on to you, man. Right. Okay, all right. You see, the Lord's always dealing with balance, man. But our people never resisting you, man. Never resisted your will, man.
Hey, even that shows the fucking protest that they do. Here it is, Jake. Yeah. No justice, hands up. Justice, no peace. They getting gunned down. Yeah. And you still out there talking about peaceful protest. Yo, I remember when that was going like every other day, and you had them out there, peaceful protest. Yeah. You got these people standing there like this, saying peaceful protest. We're not doing nothing. And meanwhile, the military, the troops are fucking them up. Yeah. Then they started spraying them with mace, and they literally just like this. Don't move. Standing there,
But like I said though, man, hey man, Jake is dangerous, man. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord puts a spirit on you, Negroes, Latinos, yo man, ain't no stop, but yo, listen, man, those who will put a spirit, like I said, the Lord has us in a subservient spirit right now, man. But like I said, the Lord's gonna raise up, man, some goddamn niggas, man, on you people, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you can just see that just like how much destruction our people can cause, man. Wreak havoc, man. You know what I'm saying? Our people can wreak havoc, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, let alone a time to where they gotta eat, man. It's gonna be a wrap, man. It's gonna be a wrap, man. It's gonna be a wrap, though. And you're just you're poking. Jake's poking. They're still loving you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's like you kicking that dog in the corner, right? You know, that dog gonna rise up and bite you, man, one day, man.
Yeah, that's real quick. Genesis chapter 49.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 8 says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Hey, and we the neck of you devils right now, man. We in your neck, man. We in your ass, man, with this word, man. You know? Okay, the Lord said that He's gonna rise up to touch the Judah first, man. You know, we in your ass right now. We in the neck of people, man.
Hey, just by teaching the truth. That's why Elder Apostle Tahar push. Just teach the truth. The hell with the theatrics. Stop worrying about the views and all that bullshit. Just by teaching this truth is killing them, man. How do you? The word devil means what? Deceiver. How do you kill somebody that's deceiving? You tell the truth. That kills the lie. So Esau through the spirit is getting killed. Then the brightness of it's coming when Yahawashi return with the angels.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about this teaching, man.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say we have more sure word of prophecy. The apostles teach us to prophesy because we're going to speak, and then as we speak, they're coming to pass. So now you know who the Lord is dealing with. That's frustrating their purpose.
Yeah. That's Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. Therefore I have hewed them by the prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth.
Shit. Right. No, that word "hewed," that's a violent word. 'Cause that, like when you chop at a tree, you gotta hit that shit hard. So that's exactly what's happening with this word. It's cutting you like an axe.
Yeah.
You know?
To that tree fall.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
my battle axe.
Exactly.
Where you hit a tree, you hit it at the base. You know what I'm saying? You hitting at the base. So what? We hitting these Edomites at their strongest point.
Right.
You know, which is pretty much revealing, you know, their agenda. You know, and his strength lies in his lies.
Right. One thing the elders always bring out, you know, is that you know, Esau, he was more powerful when he was living in secret. Nobody really made mention. You know, back in the 90s, everybody knew about the Illuminati. Only a few people.
Yeah.
Now this thing, they exposed.
Yeah.
It's blown up. Now some regular smoking Jake smoke weed every day. Be like, oh yeah, I know about the Illuminati. At one point, they were saying, oh yeah, the Illuminati, like that's a boogie word.
Yeah,
the Illuminati just means to be illuminated. You know, we're illuminated, but on the right hand side. You know, and now it's come to the point where I remember rappers, Papoose, this dude would say, they don't exist. They don't exist. And now it's to the point that now when you say Illuminati, everybody know, oh, those the 1%, the international bankers. Okay, the Rawchaa, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, like everybody know that now. And then they used to have what? The Bahamian Grove, they still do those things. You know, they was in secret with it. Then you got those, they're pawn Alex Jones, trying to mix truth with lies, you know, being their pawn and all that. But guess what? You've been exposed. That killed your power. Now you're being exposed. But I always say this, there was a dude, I forgot this whistleblower's name. He said, he was getting interviewed. He said that, you know, him being a whistleblower, he said that, he basically was saying that they don't even care that you know about them. The question is, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
That's how they the most high, man. They think they're the most high, man. The Lord said, I'm not going to meet you as a man. Okay? You people, listen, man, you already seeing your demise right before your eyes, man. Okay? You know, you get little, now you can't see the chariots out there. You can't explain it, man. Now you have to admit to what's going on, man. You know? This is going to be, that's part of your demise, man. Okay?
Isaiah 28:15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
That's that Christian church with the rapture, man.
Sure, yeah,
you know, they think that you Christians think you're gonna be. Listen, man. Listen, yeah. You know, you're gonna get not go through Jacob's trouble, and you're gonna go through it, man. You're gonna go through it, and not only are you not gonna go through it though, man. People are not gonna have faith, man, because you're not grounded and rooted, man.
Yeah, and the purge was the best example of that. That most recent one out there in Staten Island or whatever. You had the people up in the church, and that was just a slaughterhouse, man.
Yeah.
You know, churches are gonna become slaughterhouse, man. And they say if you can't go to church, whatever, man. Look, man, we know all break loose, and they're all up in church praying. Hey, you still gonna come in there, whoever, Grammy Jake, and that's it for y'all in there, man. And that's the cold hard truth, man.
Fish in the barrel.
Hey, nobody's talking about those. Remember those church burnings that were going down in the 90s?
Yeah,
Those church burnings
Right.
that was done by Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know Esau is not even spiritual, man. Even though the church is off, but it's just the hatred, man. You know. And then when they used to burn the cross in the yard, that's spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? That's spiritual, man. It's spiritual. You sit back and look at it, man. It's spiritual, man. You know. You know, that's them really crucifying Yahawashi, man. You know,
Right.
persecuting his people, man. You know, burning that cross, man.
Read that again, Sean.
Isaiah 28:15, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
And I was watching that show. It's like an old series called The Borgias or whatever. And like the brother said, that's how Christianity is, man. They'll do bullshit and they'll say God will, God will forgive me. But really, they was talking about themselves because they would set themselves up as popes. You know, so like say a pope would die, then in that time, a pope is basically like a president. You know, so they could change orders. They could basically make life how they wanted it to be. So in order, if this man wanted to be pope, he would have to bribe other cardinals at that time. You know what I'm saying? He would have to, give them the right food and stuff like that.
Right.
And then they would say, if they would, because that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Basically set yourself up in that seat wrongly, man. Like you didn't actually receive it through the power of Yahawashi.
Right.
So they would say, God can fix it. Basically talking about themselves. And I remember the apostle Rawchaa actually did a video on this Netflix series called The Family, and that was the same thing. They would refer to themselves as God, you know. So saying going as far as setting up laws, or God is with it, you know. Really, it wasn't the Most High who was with it. It was the elites that was with it, you know.
Yeah, they say that the Pope is the closest man to God. He's the closest man to Satan.
And then if they wanted a blessing or something in that show, they would show you they had to kiss the Pope's ring, ask for forgiveness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You would have to, but they even show you that now in a lot of movies. You got to go and ask for forgiveness from the Pope. He give you 5 Hail Marys and you're good.
See, the number one question you got to ask yourself first and foremost, secondarily, these popes, where's that in the scriptures?
Right.
That'll cut all the bullshit out the way. Where is that in the scriptures? When anybody come up here and ask us a question, where do we go? Into the scriptures. You know, that's how you draw the line in the sand, man.
With these elites, well, the Jews, the so-called Jews, right? They actually worship the Talmud. You know, they don't worship who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And this brother put me on. There was a documentary, and some guy was over there in the land. You know, he was talking to the Edomites, so-called Jews, and he was asking them about Jesus Christ, and they all laughed like, what? You know, they don't even acknowledge Jesus Christ. But here in America, you got these black folks and Hispanics that cry, oh, Jesus, and all this and that. But the ones that they claim are the Jews don't even care for who they call Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know?
Ultimately, they don't believe in the Savior, and they one of those what they call it antinomian groups, basically like against nomian law. So really, they're against the laws of the Most High. That's why you said they worship the Talmud.
Yeah,
because all of that, and there's other pamphlets and things that they got to. I can't think of the specific names of them, but they all go against the scriptures, and it's showing that they anti-law, against the laws of the Most High.
Yeah, if you look at the laws of the Talmud, it's directly the opposite of the laws of the Lord.
Yeah.
It's like they looked at the law and said, all right, we're going to flip that. You know, flip that. Crazy.
So Job chapter 11 verse 3 says, should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? That's right. That's Esau the so-called white man. Okay, all these lies that he puts out, he actually wants people to not speak about it, man, and to just accept it, man. Like he's the true chosen of the Lord, man. You know, and then he tries to, because the scriptures say the thoughts of every one of them is deep. So he tries to have every avenue covered, man. So when you do speak against him, now he calls you anti-Semitic, man. You know, which that's a so-called spooky word, man. And these celebrities, they could get in trouble for that, man. For speaking against so-called Jews. All right, but that's why they sold out, to Satan. All right, and they can't, speak as they would like to, man, like we can. And that's why these other groups, the 501c3 charter, man. You know, once you take that 501c3 charter, hey, it's exposed, man. You had the older Jake. You know what he said? He said, look, us and prominent pastors, we're gonna come and meet together to discuss what we can and can't teach under the 501c3 charter, man. So, you know, once you take that, that's it, man. All right, so again, it says Job 11:3, should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed, man. All right, so that's what we come out here to do, man. You know, we attacking your lies straight up, man. And we're telling the truth, and we're exposing you for those lies, man. And that's why there's gonna be a famine of the word, you know. He's like, hey, you can't let the truth get out, man. That's why that famine of the word is gonna come in. That's why your brother's page is on the fucking chopping block, man. You know, brothers already got warnings and strikes. You get another one that's 2 weeks down, you know, for what you're saying, man.
And you got Edomites that's actually ignorant too, just as well as these niggas, man. And they believe, because they didn't read the Bible, they only went off that Christianity doctrine, that they believe that the Messiah is a so-called white man. Now the thing is, first off, the Lord himself wasn't a man that had leprosy. He didn't come down and have leprosy. So that kills that picture. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it really, Edomites, you don't really believe in the Most High. You only do that, you know, just so that you can have some sort of spiritual balance with your family, man. You know, it's something to do on Sunday with the wife. You know?
Hey, Edomite on my job said that. He's like, you know, I'm not into the whole church thing, but he just goes because of his family.
And I want to say this too. Another thing is that because they've been taught in their school that they basically, because they whitewashed everything. So you got young Edomites that sit there and laugh if we talk about the Messiah being a dark-skinned man, you know? Because with the way they was taught that when they go back, even back to the times of what they call the Dark Ages, they would say that they ruled.
Right.
Not knowing that they were in the caves and we ruled Europe and all of that, man. You know, and y'all came in after and whitewashed our damn pictures and took everything that we had, man. But they really believe that. So when they make up a movie or they do a documentary, every person is an Edomite. When they make up a Bible and they do a particular chapter of a Bible in a movie, every person is an Edomite. Like they was the only ones on the planet, nobody else. Like, what the hell?
Hey, in that Bible series, they made Samson, the only person that was a Jake was Samson, man. Was a dark-skinned person. And why is that? Because he had went up, man. You know?
Oh, well, what you say? Yeah, I was gonna say because of the lot.
Oh yeah.
That's why they only made him melanin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then because of the Mormons, man, they say actually in their book they say having dark skin is a curse, man.
Right.
That's the curse of Canaan, man.
Right.
You know. But what person on the planet Earth do you see, you know, turn from white to black, man, or so-called dark skin? But you see a hell of a lot of people turn from dark skin to leprosy, man, to so-called white. So come on, man. There's again with your lies, man.
And then if you think about it, if they know Samson had locks and Samson was a dark-skinned man, why is he the only dark-skinned one out of the Israelites?
Right.
Why?
Right. And then too, he didn't have dreads, he had braids, man. He had wigs, and the braids that was braided, he was unbraided. He didn't have dreadlocks. And then you got that Rastafarian attaching themselves into that, thinking they can smoke the ganja and have locks. Nah, Lord ain't with that. That goes back to the Druids, man. You know, we ain't with that stringy, that's the snakes, man.
Now, the brother had made mention how these Edomites worship the Talmud. When you check it out, it's completely opposite of the scriptures, right? Well, I got a scripture, right? And it gets into the mind of Edom. This is Job 21. I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, they spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
There go one right there. He desired not the ways of the Lord.
What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
Of course the elites will say that because they know the scriptures. They know that Hebrews 12. There's no repentance. Somebody get it real quick. I don't mess it up. Yeah. What is it called? 16? Yeah. Profane person, that's Esau.
Oh yeah.
They know that.
Yeah.
So what type of
Outside the temple.
what would they get for even worshiping the Lord right now?
It says Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, Though he started campus with 10.
And that's talking about all Edomites, man. And the seed goes off of your father. So if your father is an Edomite, going back to being an Edomite, then you're not making it into the kingdom. You got guys of the circumcision, Hebrew Israelites, that got Edomites that saying they can make it. How in the hell can the Edomite make it when the Lord said there is no repentance? He was rejected. He sold his birthright. Hey, when you really look at it, if you know the scriptures, you really look at this thing, you know that it's really about Jacob and Esau. Even going back to Cain and Abel, going back to the garden, the serpent, Eve. And then, you know, it's all about Jacob versus Esau. How the hell can Esau rule in this wickedness and then have part in rulership when we rule? Get the out of here, man. You people are crazy. The scriptures tell you plainly. He cannot make it. There's no way in hell. He is the wicked.
I mean, the Lord called him the border of wickedness. You know?
Like who? He's the enemy. He's another nation. He was never given the laws.
Profane.
Yeah, it's profane. He has leprosy, clean leprosy.
And the people of whom the Lord had indignation forever. Real quick, let me bring this out.
Damn, wow.
Good. Oil change. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. It says the wicked, now who's the wicked? Esau Edom, Malachi 1 and 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all of his thoughts. His ways are grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Yeah, that's Esau. You know, denying that. And if you got somebody that's supposed to, you know, you got leaders, those that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, telling you that you're not supposed to, don't talk about Esau no more. Dude is paid off, bro. You have to keep prophesizing. What did Jeremiah do? He prophesied. All right? You got to talk about what's going on. And if you call yourself a man of the Lord, you're a watchman. You learned the scriptures, you're a watchman. You watching video, you seeing what Esau is doing, you seeing what new laws they're passing, you seeing what the new wickedness is going on. Because one thing about us being in this captivity is that we've learned what is wickedness, man. We learn the depths of wickedness. That's why now, when the Lord redeem us, we can be gods on the earth, man. Because we know both sides, you know?
And that's why that's a sign of a false prophet, those that are saying have to talk about Esau. Because our people being void of knowledge, we gotta keep pushing. And the scriptures say give them no rest.
Yeah.
So the same way that Moses and Aaron weren't giving no rest to Pharaoh, it's the same way that we're in the same lot now. That's actually what's gonna get us delivered. The Lord hearing the prayers that was elect.
Hey, and if I may add too, there's no such thing as common sense. You know, you got guys that don't want to push the RFID microchip because all of a sudden it's common sense, but common sense ain't so common among our people, man. You know, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man.
Hey, the chip, not to go up top, I know we're gonna wrap it up, but the chip is game changer. The chip it hijacks your brain waves. What people don't understand. You can have a mini device that deals with frequencies, that you know, pick up frequencies. You can order this off of eBay. There's many devices out there. This is how you got criminals like Edomites, because they mainly do these type of smart crimes, right? They get a machine, they go to the mall, and they stand behind a woman with her pocketbook, and with the machine, it will pick up on her debit card, and it had the numbers all right there. So what he do, he'd go to his hotel, or go home, print out a card with her numbers on there, and start swiping and take all her shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call smart crime. Esau is doing that with those type of devices. So how much more you got a chip inside you?
Yeah.
Not only the chip is also for, Esau wants to make that the new form of currency. The new way of buying and selling things, man. You know, it's also a GPS tracker. You know, it's also a new form of identity. Like, how can you not see that the chip is the new thing? And then here's another question. If you say it's not, shouldn't you ask the question, well, shouldn't the Lord have talked about chips in the Bible? I mean, because the Lord talks about everything else, right? He tells us everything before it comes to pass. He warns us, right? Where is, okay, Esau technology designed these chips, RFID tags, radio frequency identification chips. Where is that in the scriptures? If the Lord left that out, what are we supposed to do about it? The Lord didn't leave it out because it's in what? Code mark of the beast, man. You know, and that's why you look up the word mark, get into the word charagma, you know, which means what? Incision, branded, you know, something goes up under the skin, man. You know, a device.
And it's crazy because, like, it goes to show how much Israelites that the Lord don't even love. Because randomly, I'll just ask random people, like, all right, if it came down to where, you know, for you to pay your bills, for you to eat, for you to do, you know what I mean, certain things that is going to come with the RFID microchip. I asked them, if you got to actually get this chip inserted in you, like, you do it in order to eat, in order to pay your rent, pay your bills, and shit, things of that nature. They say, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They say, you like, they don't even know. They don't even know what the mark of the beast is.
Hey, so here it is. You can have, they got cell phone towers with the 5G that's messing you up. You can get headaches at night because your phone is, you're not realizing that your phone is next to you at night. Somebody I know be mad as hell. They sleep with the phone in the bed. Like, what the fuck? Take the phone out the bed. Turn that shit off and put it across the room. Because it's dealing with your frequencies when you sleep. Just like you're not, you know, if you're spiritual, you should know these things. You know, you don't even want to leave your TV on at night. You know, so you want to turn it off because the radiation or the frequencies from the TV bothers you, man. You know, that light around, that's all witchcraft, man. So when it comes to these chips being placed inside of you, you know, you're gonna have health issues, man. They got satellites that's giving people health issues. Man, look, these satellites is putting off radiation to where you can't see radiation. You don't know that you inhaling it, you just know that you got a fucking headache or something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Then you find out, oh, people talking about it, it's that. You know, then you want to put a chip in you.
That's why Kid Boo took it out. But he said he was saying videos about the 5G technology, and he was saying how, you know, bad people was talking about it, that, you know, it emits so much radiation, and they putting it everywhere. So it's bad for you. You got that chip in you.
Another thing, too, they ain't telling you. All these people that's Edomites getting the chip, all this, Sweden, what they got it, East India, China, you know, all these people that's getting chipped, they not telling you the things that are wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, that chip has what they call cyanide. If that chip, if you got a chip in your hand and God forbid you at the job, something smash your hand and the chip breaks, that chip, that chemical leak in your bloodstream, you die instantly. Why they not talking about that?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, come on, man. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man. No questions asked, man. You know? But
This is the last precept. I got the last one. Alright. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men.
yes, right.
Oh, just, hey, fear Yahawashi, man. And keep his commandments to the best of your ability, alright? As far as not taking that shit, that's actually a commandment that you're not supposed to insert things in your body, alright? And just going hard for the Lord while it's time, man. Alright, here it is, the weekend, it's the Sabbath, but we going hard for BaHaSham, man. Alright, and that's what's commanded of us. If you want to receive, you know, a portion with the righteous, man. You know, hey, so with that, I want to end off as we started.
Hey, real quick, the important thing in the scripture the Lord, brothers, bringing out is the word fear. Fear the Most High. Most people, these people don't have no fear in them. So that's why they're not disciplined. If you don't fear the Most High, you're not going to do according to what the world is, man. Really, fearing the Lord is healthy because it keeps you from destroying yourself, man. Because you can't say the Lord made you go off. It's you that went off. And when you get judged, there's nothing you can do about it. The Lord is not a man that's going to have feelings for you as if another human being could. You know, you could do some horrific murder, and because of your situation, a man could be like, you know what, it's all right, I can forgive you for that. The Most High is going to judge you, man, because this is his movement, man. You got it,
And just man, backing on what the brother said, you know, fear, scripture say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And why do you fear do something? Because you know the outcome of if I do this, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I got $800 in my pocket, I gotta pay rent next week. If I buy these sneakers, I can't pay my rent. You know, that's why Akim always going to. You have to know the dangers of taking this chip. You know?
And another thing too, hey, not everybody is just we were talking about this week because the thing was with that Chinky video. I mean, you know, denouncing being an Israelite. Just because you know that you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you're in the truth. Just because you know that you're an Israelite or you know of this truth doesn't mean you in the truth. You have to walk your ways in this truth.
Like the sign that you said made me think, that goes hand in hand with the fear, the parable of the sower. You got to think about which one are you, because if you one of those seeds that fell by the wayside, or those that didn't take solid ground, then you may be in the truth for a little bit, but then the fucking Nate offended you, so now you're not an Israelite. Right. So you're not grounded. You're supposed to be grounded, and the only way that you're grounded is in the sure stone that is Yahawah Yahawashi. Right. You know, because you got these false prophets saying, "Oh, keep the law," but you're talking about Most High Christ, so you have no foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That's the only way you can take root is in the ground.
So you got to keep that in mind. Just because you know the truth doesn't mean you in the truth. You got to walk in this truth. You got to be able to. You have to contribute to Yahawah Yahawashi. Your faith without works is dead. You got rappers, man, that because they find out they're an Israelite, people that's in the Israelite world, they be like, oh, such and such, no, he an Israelite. He said in a song. You all putting them on a pedestal. What did he do? You got men of the Lord out here that's teaching the word faithfully, in season and out of season. Just because you know you're an Israelite don't mean you're going to make it, man. You got to fear the Most High. That's the conclusion of men. Conclusion of the whole matter. So read it one more time.
Before you read it one more time, grab this real quick. James chapter 1, verse 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Damn, that's deceiving your own self. You a hearer of the word. I like to hear the word. Yeah, that's right. But then you go home in four corners between you and the Lord. You're not doing nothing of the word. You're still doing what you want to do. You deceiving your own self. That's why the Lord said, hey, I never knew you. You worked wickedness. I never knew you, man. If Yahawashi, when we see Yahawashi judge you, man, and Yahawashi say, I never knew you, that's going to hurt your soul. You're going to feel done. Like what the Lord himself didn't reject it, man.
One more scripture. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
It is.
So this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom. Good brother.